single damn time. The mic keeps turning itself off on this. Hello there, everybody, and welcome to session 14. 14, 15? 15.
14.
14.
14.
What? Something
Okay.
teen. Something teen.
It's 14, I'm right.
Of Welcome to the Academy. Somebody's right. We don't know who it is, but somebody is. I am, of course, your DM of Doom, Son of Asgard, or World Tree Quest here on Twitch and YouTube. And with me today, we've got my 3 of 4 of my lovely cast. We have got Charlie 182.0, we've got Gina Donahue, and we've got Just Dan. Our lovely changeling rogue, Ren, will not be able to join us today as they're off on a prior engagement, having fun without us. We're definitely not bitter about it. Okay, the party is not bitter about it. I am slightly, because I like Achillea being here. Anyway, I'm totally joking. Have fun, Achillea. We love you dearly, and we can't wait to see you back. Do I have anything? Yes, I do have something, actually. I do. For those of you who do not know, I've talked about them fairly often, but I do love them very much. The lovely company at Black Vault, who made this little book called Eldritch, the Tome of Madness. You can't see it because of the blur thing, but I'll try my hardest. Eldritch Tome of Madness is made by a company in the UK called Black Vault. I have been talking with their head of operations, lovely guy by the name of Stuart, fantastic guy, and he's been, sending me a couple updates about their next book. Now, their next book is equally as wild and wacky as Eldritch, the Book of Madness. It's a book called The Bad Patch, Monstrous Plants for D&D 5th edition. And their Kickstarter goes live on the 18th. Now, they've already hit their goal. So everything above this is just extra. It's just gravy on top. It's just pledge goals. It's just unlocking more cool stuff. And from the stuff I've seen already, it's going to be really fucking weird and wacky. I've never been so afraid of grapefruit. It's
what?
Fucking... Oh, they sent me the stat blocks for some of the things that are in it. And, there's things like plants, hitting them makes them splash fruit juice on you. But much like pineapples, where, if you eat a pineapple, it's actually digesting you. If you hit something, you're within melee range of it, then it just starts bleeding on you and you start to get digested by it as it starts doing acid damage to you. It's really funny and really cool, and there's also some really terrifying things in it.
That's what it is. Funny.
There's really terrifying things in it. There's just so many good things, and I can't really say a lot of them on the air, but I have made a video showing some of the stat blocks, so you should go and check that out on my TikTok at Son of Asgard. But their Kickstarter is live. Kickstarter The Bad Patch, I'm going to drop the link for it into our chat. You should definitely go and check it out and give them the support. They are a very small company, and they do wonderful and amazing things. Yeah, that's all I've got to say. So what I'm going to say now is I'm going to pass over to my players, and I'm going to say, guys, what the frickle frack happened last session?
A lot. But I'm going to let Rista do it.
Oh god, am I the designated recap person?
Yeah,
I don't know.
I think that you tell it, the funniest, but also the most unbiased.
The way that I'm just, purely word vomiting my notes, hoping that you guys latch onto what I'm saying.
Yeah.
Let's do it again. So, anyway, we kind of, the rest of us kind of left the Blood and Bone Society and left Constantine in the basement, which is not good. He's a literal bookworm. He's just going to sit there and continue to eat all the books. So he discovered 4 new types of forbidden magic and got super cool cantrips on it, which honestly I think is broken. But anyway, okay. Rista went back to her room. Eldwin and Achillea had a super sweet moment where Achillea found out that Eldwin is a lycanthrope, and they had a super sweet moment while creating Wolfsbane. That's what it's called. And then Rista sent a very rude message to Constantine, basically telling him to get out of the house. And then we had class. Achillea tries to talk to trees and fails. And we meet a trident-like person, not a trident person, very mysterious. And then the best part of the entire episode, where Eldwin stumbles upon one person setting off fireworks in a teacher's desk, and Eldwin decides to follow him because he's hot.
I'm a simple man.
I'm a simple man. I got simple needs. Yep, that is very, very much the TLDR of it. Very much.
And if you can believe it, last session was short. Quite a bit
Last
happened.
session was short. It was very, very short. But that is pretty much what went down. And we did say that we were going to begin this session. So I'm going to keep to that. We're going to begin this session with Eldwin taking off after the Hot Elf. The Hot Elf is just how they're going to be known until we get their name.
Yeah.
So Eldwin, you take off following Hot Elf.
Yes, I do. You know, I'm not exactly rushing. I'm keeping pace, but I have a certain, let's call it a supernatural stamina that's helping me out here.
Does the hot elf know that you're following him? Are you being obvious about it?
Yeah, probably. Eldwin is lean into it, but don't go too far. Wolf stalking a prey right now.
Okay.
Very casually keeping up. Whereas, like, he's, probably very panicked and running away because he doesn't want to get caught in the scene. Oh, it's a very casual, like, okay.
Alrighty. Okay. Okay. So, as you're following, making your way down this corridor, and he ducks to the left, taking off towards he's aiming towards stairs that take you down into the basements, into the lower levels of the school.
Mm-hmm.
As he's going to turn round. He's going to put his hand up. Shh. This is where you have to be really quiet. And then he's going to elbow a piece of the wall. And as he does it, one of the bricks slides in. And then the wall starts to pull apart. And before he goes in, he just puts a finger up and he says, "You have no idea what's beyond here. Could be something great. Or I could be leaving you somewhere."
Oh, I
And then
live
I
for
just-
the thrill.
"You're going to be very fun." And then he just turns and runs into the darkness.
Oh, you too. Chasing after him, yeah.
So you're chasing after him.
I'm gonna throw very quickly a Renard down to just keep watch, and frankly, just to let somebody, like, a little telepathic command. Yeah, if I don't turn up in a few hours, telekill ya. But other than that, he's running off.
Okay. That's where I'm going to leave you for now. Okay? You ran into the darkness with a hot elf boy.
Yeah.
Okay. Fantastic. Just as a reminder, what level spells can you cast, Eldwin?
First and second level spells.
First and second level, and I was to send you 2 spells.
You didn't actually specify, so that's your call. Personally, I'd love 3, since sorcerers only have so many spells.
Then in that case, I'm going to send you 2.
Hell yeah! Can one of them be second level?
Oh, that's my pet.
Yeah, I'll be that nice. I'll be that nice. Yeah,
Okay,
one of them
thank
will be
you.
second level.
What is Elven getting spells for?
So Eldwin the other day did a lot of in-depth study into psionic magic, specifically the source of his own psionic magic, and was able to track it down to a far realm entity known as Uklaves the Mother. And he even, using his ring, which is his arcane focus, sort of dug in and connected to her. It dealt him some psychic damage, and he heard a really ominous warning about her coming, but it also broadened his mind a little bit. He got a few spells. The dangers of studying eldritch magic. Our minds have ceilings. You can break them.
Who could have known
Be
that there would
careful.
be consequences?
I know, right? Well, but that's what I love about it. Like, I love these kinds of magics where you can totally lose yourself to them if you don't pay attention to the risks. I think
So
that
with-
Eldwin's a character of that. Anyway.
With that, I'm going to go now to Constantine. Constantine, what are you doing at this point? When we left you, obviously you were still practicing these cantrips, which I'm going to send to you once I've got the spells over to Charlie, and then I'm finding yours and I'm going to send them over to you just now. But you've spent a lot of time practicing these. At this point, at a certain point, you do kind of like have to take a break. So at the point where, like, you know, I imagine it to be like I imagine that casting a spell, the actual casting the spell itself, even for cantrips, it's not using any energy. This is like remnant things of magic. But cantrips still have semantic components. So I imagine at some point it must get to the point where like it's like your hands are cramping. You know, like you don't think about it as so much, but when you're typing, you type for hours and then you stop typing and you suddenly go, my fingers are like they're really, really, really tense. I imagine it must get to a point where you're like that. So you get to a point where, you know, your little friend, your everybody's favourite little butler, is going to come and, you know, bring you a goblet, you know, silver, ice cold, of some kind of liquid. It's like, I do hope this is enough of a refreshment for you.
Oh, thank you. Wilbur, I, of course, trust you in your entirety, but this won't turn me into any kind of vampire or the like, will it?
I really hope not. It's just iced tea.
That sounds lovely. Constantine's gonna drink.
It is just iced tea. Oh, well, I do apologise. It does have another ingredient in it. It's got a little bit of lemon.
Wilbur, you are a treasure.
I have been told before.
I suppose I should get to class as much as I would prefer to just stay here and study. I can't get kicked out. That would be disappointing, to say the least.
Ah, yes. Shall I summon Wispy for you?
I'm sure I can take care of that. You've already done more than enough. I wouldn't want to overtax.
Of course. Shall I put your books away for you, or would you like me to leave them as they are?
As they are would be great. I would like to pick up where I'm studying in a moment. Well,
Of
a
course.
few hours after class.
Of course. Well, I wish you a good day of study and a better night of study. Do let me know if you require a place to sleep here, and I can have a space set aside for you.
That's a tempting offer. I will probably take you up with that at some point. Out of character, can I ask Wilbur to dance? He's been the kindest person to me so far.
I mean, you can. I didn't plan for it, but you certainly can.
Probably won't, but alternate dimension. You never know.
Why hadn't the skeleton asked? I don't know. I'm not going to tell that joke.
In one of the many universes, Wilbur and Constantine actually fall in love.
Honestly, that is a romance book. That is a necro romance book I want to read. Nick Ron.
And unfortunately, like all I can picture is like them leaning in for a kiss and Wilbur's head like falling off.
Wait, I've got this. It's a necromance novel.
That's what I was trying to say.
Yes. Yikes! I hate this.
Your love
Guys.
brings him back to life.
Guys, I can't help it. I'm a hopeless necromantic. I've never been so happy.
He's discovered a new D&D pun.
Yep.
He has too much power.
All righty. So you're now heading to class. Can you remember which class you have?
No,
No?
but I bet Wispy does. I mean, Constantine remembers. I just don't.
Okay, cool. Let me get my note for you and I'll let you know. Ugh, I've got hair stuck in my notebook.
It is that time of year.
Oh, I'm in the... So your hair naturally does a point where for like 6 solid months it sheds. It's just the natural. Your hair has got to the length it will get, so it sheds and then new hair grows. And I've been in it solidly for about 2 months. And my friends were all like, yeah, yes, your hair thinning out. And I'm like, no. In about 4 months' time, my hair is going to turn into like a lion's mane. You, my good friend, you were in Constantine, you were going into extraplanar entities and divine beings.
Is anyone of the party in that class as well?
No, you had Eldwin, who was going to occult magics. I believe it was meant to be what Eldwin was in. And then I actually have done the silly thing and not written down what Rista and Achillia were meant to be going to, because I am that much of a dumbass.
Eldwin went to his occult magic class. Because that's where he tried to summon the imp, but kind of failed. He was headed to...
No, that was when
No. That was yeah. But that's when that was from.
Oh right, okay.
Like,
then I've
that's
always
when he went to the-
I have done the ADHD thing where I've written down notes jumbled and I'm now getting them crossed over. Okay, so you went to your occult magics class.
I believe so. That is where the summoning the imp happened, right?
I thought that was a
occult
separate
magic?
session. I thought that was a separate session. Okay, let me dump this down and I'll go to my trusty books of random notes. 9 times out of 10, if I can't find the notebook I'm looking for, I've written it into my random ringbind notes. The joys of ADHD and having to be a DM. Where are my ringbind ones? Are they over in my bookshelf?
I admire his ability to keep physical books because I can't keep my Google Docs organized.
Dude, I can't keep shit organized. Like,
There's a reason that I got into the system of taking notes during the session in a notebook and then transferring them to a Google Doc, because I can't take like organized notes in a notebook. And I also, if I were to just put notes directly into a Google Doc, I'd be like, okay, so where's this supposed to, like, it's too organized for the moment.
I do try and take notes during the session, but I find if I'm writing, because I've got to focus so much on writing, I'm then like, I missed everything you said, I need you to repeat yourself. I can't find my ring binding notebooks, so for the sake of saving time, what I'm going to do is I'm just going to have you roll it again. Okay, bud? And we're just going to wreck on what you were going to. Sorry, Constantine, give me a D20 roll, and let's see what class you're going to.
Eldwin or Constantine?
I said Constantine. I'm just going to get everybody to reroll theirs because I can't remember any of them. I thought I had it on lock, and then it turns out I don't.
19.
19. That one's been done recently, so what I'm just going to do is I'm just going to move it to the one down, number 20. 19 is signs and sigils, but that's been done recently. So I'm just going to say you're going to your spirituality and necromancy class with Professor Andrus.
Very appropriate.
Spirituality and necromancy, boom, there we go. So, You're making your way to your spirituality necromancy class, okay? Professor Andrus has his classroom is like a I don't know what you guys would call it. We call it here in the UK. We call it a conservatory. It's like a glass attachment to your house that usually has a door that leads into your garden. We call it a conservatory. I don't know what you call them in the
Like
US.
a greenhouse? Or patio?
Hold on. I'm just gonna Google what you call them.
Is it like one of those outdoor patios that has the glass around it?
Yes.
Because I feel like that's just a patio here, or like an enclosed patio. I don't know if it has a word.
It's sometimes called a sunroom, solarium, or a Florida room.
Sunroom? Maybe it would be the closest. I don't know.
Okay,
Yeah.
cool. Right. Either way, imagine it as like a very comfortable room that is it's glass, it's all window, there's no solid walls. But instead of it leading out to a garden, it leads out into like an enclosed graveyard at the back of the academy. And Professor Andrus is there preparing as usual. He's standing holding a skull as everybody comes into the class. He's like, hello, 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 good to see you all. Hello, nice to see you, nice to see you. And then as you come in, he's like, I trust that we're behaving.
Are you asking me in particular?
Yes.
Yes.
Any further luck
Yes.
on finding new members?
No. It's a little hard to trust people you barely know.
Well, I won't keep you. Do go take your seat. Do go. And he will launch into his class. His class is a fairly smooth and easy one. He's focusing less on the spiritual side and more on the actual acts of necromancy. People today are learning how to channel and operate correctly the spell Speak with Dead. So, for those who can cast it, he gives you the free and easy capability to cast it. Teaches you the spell if you do have, if you want to note it into your spell book. But what he also does is for those who cannot learn it like that, he gives them a scroll and allows them to channel it as long as they can use the spell, the spell slot required.
Wait, can I add Speak with the Dead to my spellbook? Is that what you said?
Yeah, so he gives you a scroll. You can either use the scroll to do it, or you can, take the class time to, what's the word I'm looking for here? Take the class time to note the spell into your spell book and then cast it.
Doesn't that cost gold?
So in usual cases, yes, it does. However, as you're in a school, in your first year, any spells you learn during your first year, they will cover the cost of. From second year upwards, you'll cover the cost of the spells then.
Well, okay then. I will definitely be adding it to my spellbook then.
Okay, so as you're doing that, as you're copying it in, I will say that you can cast it right now. Everybody has been given a skull. If you're casting the spell correctly, you are to find out 5 pieces of information from the skull. You're to find out who they are, how they died, their position in life, where they died, and their last thought.
Okay. Well, after copying it over, I will go ahead and try and cast it, I suppose.
Okay. You cast the spell, this plume of greenish blue necromantic energy swells and it lights up its eyes and its mouth, and the skull just looks
Hello,
at you, waiting for the questions.
Who are you?
Reginald.
Okay, scripted. How did you die?
Gunshot. Head. There is a hole through the center of the skull.
That explains it. What was your position in life?
Captain of Guard. Protected school.
This school.
Yes.
I only get so many questions, right?
Yeah, you only get 5. And there's 5 pieces of information you had to learn.
See, at this point, Constantine's like, wait a minute. What's it? Wait. Actually, Brain, question, out of character question. Are guns commonplace? Like, would I know what a gun
They're not common, but you would understand what like a pistol or a musket rifle is.
Okay. Okay.
We're not talking like AK-47s and submachine guns and shit, but we're definitely talking like, cannons, old school like rotary cannons, flintlock pistols and flintlock rifles and such. Yeah, old schools. So you have 5 questions, you've asked 4.
What was your last thought?
Why is my gun not firing? Is the barrel blocked?
I'm guessing his eyes disappear after that.
The skull just like loses all the magic and flops on the side.
Oh, we handle that a little bit better.
4 out of 5 questions answered. Not bad. Not bad at all.
I mean, is there like a quiz? Am I writing the answers down?
You just have to write them down, turn them in.
I'm gonna write down that they died at the school.
You're going to take a pot shot on that, are you?
Well, I did specifically. What was it? How did they die? He said defending the school, and I said this school. So,
No. That's not what happened.
Oh,
You asked
no.
his
It
name,
was Captain of the Guard.
Reginald. Yeah. Then you asked him, how did you die? Gunshot to the head. What was your position in life? And he said, I was a captain of the guard at the school. And you said, this school? And he went, yes.
Okay,
And that was your 4th question.
Yeah, I did that intentionally. Okay, yeah, I'm gonna take a guess. I mean, it makes sense. I could be wrong, but 4 out of 5 is not bad.
Okay,
That's
you're gonna take.
insane.
You're gonna
Constantine
take. You're
will
gonna.
be at the stage if he doesn't get
You're gonna take. I've got to say, I wholeheartedly like. I'm all in for the guesswork. I like it.
What question are you guessing on?
He's
where
guessing
he
where he died.
Oh. So he died.
On the-
Okay, so he died at school. That's an educated guess.
At the end of the class, you take your questionnaire and you hand it in to Professor Andrus, and he looks over it and goes, "Ah, you got Reginald. Ah, he's a delightful sort, isn't he?
Truly.
Oh, he died at the school, did he?
Yes.
Ah. Well,
No.
that's a shame.
I got a little caught up. I forgot about the 5 questions. Let's just say I've had a lot of access to knowledge, and I'm not used to being limited.
I can
At least for the
understand
last
that
24
completely.
hours.
I like your honesty. You were correct in your guess, by the way. He died in he gestures over into the graveyard. There used to be an old watchtower there. He was appointed as captain of the guard, but he wasn't what you would call well equipped in a battle of wits. Let's just say that in several arguments he was quoted as being, in a battle of wits, he would be considered a unarmed opponent.
Who is attacking the school?
Sorry?
Who is attacking the school?
Nobody was attacking the school. He accidentally shot himself in the head while investigating why the barrel of his musket was blocked.
Well,
as I said, in a battle of wits, he was incredibly unarmed.
Except it seems that he was armed right when he didn't need to be.
I do appreciate the dedication to the study of the unknown. Make sure it does not interfere with the study of the known.
Suppose does seem somewhat like a waste of time to study something anyone's already discovered. Unless, of course, those discoveries can help me later down the road. I mean, is there any point in charting pre-mapped areas?
Is there any point in conversing with the dead for information that we may have once lost? Is there information for referencing to the past at all, considering that it has already been tread?
I suppose that's a fair question.
All things are fair. All things are equal and all things are needed. The past, the present, the future, the known, the unknown, and the possibly never to be known. We must always have them.
I appreciate that perspective.
Go on, run along, enjoy, go look about the corridors and do whatever students do.
I wouldn't know what most students do. I'm off to go read more books. That doesn't seem to be the norm, surprisingly, despite the fact that we're in a school.
You are very correct in that. It is
Everyone
definitely
seems
not
to be-
the norm.
If you don't mind me asking, it's hard to find people to ask for advice who actually seem to value the things that I do. Can you please explain to me the meaning of this dance I keep hearing about? I've had at least 3 students that I didn't even know and would prefer not to talk to ask me, "Oh, who are you asking to the dance? What are you going to wear?" And they always seem so baffled when I state that I do not care, will not be attending, and find it completely pointless.
You're referring to the New Moon Ball.
I don't forget much, except what isn't important to me. That name was one of those things.
The New Moon Ball is a celebration of you. It's a celebration of the first year, the new first year class, surviving the first exam period. It is a chance for the alumni, very famous alumni, to attend and to see what their years of education have allowed to come forth. It's a chance for you to meet alumni and to speak to them about how their years here have formed who they've become as people. You can meet a great many people who can secure your future at this ball. My dear friend, I am very much in the same school as you. I have always been happy to sit by and deal with my books and allow my wife to be the one who strives off into the unknown, axe and green flame in hand, while bearing down upon merciless hordes of, large bugs or whatever it is that you fight in these tunnels nowadays. But when I was there, I attended the New Moon Ball. That's where I met my wife. And I would never have found where I wanted to settle had it not been for that ball. So I understand what you're saying. How can something as archaic as this truly help your future? But how will you know if it will if you don't attend? Now I understand it is not something you can guarantee, but imagine, for instance, if young Eldwin was to go and be approached by alumnus looking for a well-versed young magician in the beginning of his years, and that opportunity went to Eldwin when it could have went to yourself.
That idea horrifies me. Enough to do something that I really don't want to do, but find it necessary.
And so, as I've referenced to you before, Professor Andrus is very well known as one of the smartest dressed teachers. Always seen in the corridors moving around in a full 3-piece. We're talking I really don't like using the comparison, but have any of you seen the Hogwarts Legacy game? So you know the head teacher and the long coat he wears, but it's like the double lapel with the pointed tails at the back. And he's always got like the double-breasted waistcoat with the shirt and the very fancy tie. So Professor Andrus dresses like that, except in class when he takes off the coat and he just has his sleeves rolled up. But he's always incredibly immaculately dressed, and he's going to reach into his pocket and take out a black card, right? And the black card has pale, well, I say pale, it's like dusky grey writing on it. And he's going to hand it to you, and he's going to say, "This is my tailor. Just meet him."
Well, I will do so. And because it seems that this is important, I will bring along someone frivolous enough to have an exceeding amount of intelligence in this area. More so than would be suitable for anyone. To the tailor.
You're going to approach Rista Sinclair, aren't you?
Hot take. I was actually thinking Eldwin.
Both could do some incredible damage.
I'm aware. But in dark times we seek dark avenues for knowledge. Forbidden knowledge.
Wilbur has been getting to you, hasn't he?
Oh, he's a delight.
Have you tried his iced tea yet?
Quite literally the most delicious thing I've ever had.
For an undead fellow, I don't know where he gets the recipes, but tremendous. On it, the next time he makes cherry bakewell, just trust me. Please, just sit aside, no distractions, and just savor the taste.
I will do so.
Canonically, Wilbur is the best chef ever. He's got the chef feat and everything. He has no combat skills. Everything he's got is purely designed to make good food and be
He can't taste anything.
What a gem.
And he's simply going to be the best butler that he can be. To quote something, he's one hell of a butler.
Well, on that note, Constantine is going to go find Eldwin.
Okay, Constantine, you're going to go and try and find Eldwin. Then I'm going to leave you right there. And we're going to go to Rista.
Brand, I swear to God, if you end the session without a scene between Eldwin and Constantine, I'm going to lose my mind. I need to see what happens there.
Rista.
What's my next class?
What's your next class? Well, again, as I've said, I've lost the notes. The ADHD has done the ADHD, so I'm just going to get you to roll it again and see what we get. Roll me a d20.
A 9.
9. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Okie dokie. You have rolled, you've rolled the one that I thought Constantine had. Extraplanar entities and divine beings.
Fantastic.
With Professor Minjarin. Now at this point you've had class with most of your teachers before. We just haven't RP'd them all. As you attend this class, Professor Minjarin is a genie. So as you approach,
what kind of genie?
Specifically, he is a djinn. He is an air genie.
Okay, that's perfect then.
So, quite honestly, he looks like the genie from Aladdin, except he's more grey skin than blue skin. Because that's what the djinn look like. That's what they literally look like in D&D. And he's on his usual thing about, talking about extraplanar deities. In this particular instance, he's going to be talking about... Let's pluck a subject from thin air. We are going to go... Somebody give me a number between 1 and 6.
4.
4, fantastic. We are going to be talking about entities from the 9 hells. So he's listing, the infernal princes and the 9 hells and all the things that they stand for. But throughout the class, Aurora's just going to be sitting like, every night pretending to pay attention and just like nudging you and being like, so who are you going to ask?
Oh, do you think I should ask anybody? Isn't that a little desperate?
Absolutely not. You do not ask. But if it came down to it, who would you ask?
Oh, well, Pyro is a suitable choice, but, he seems kind of a knobhead. In a way that doesn't seem very flattering.
He seems like everything is empty upstairs.
Yes, like very, very one-track minded, not suitable for eligible conversation.
Of course.
Especially
of
with
course.
especially with the people who are attending this ball, which should be very exciting.
It should indeed. Well, if you are not going to be attending with him, who else? Who else?
Well, what do you think? What do you think would be a good option that maybe I can swoon over?
She's going to, well, I can tell you who I am considering asking, but you must keep it between me and you.
Like you said you weren't going to go with anybody.
If it came down to it, who I would ask. She will lean in and she will tell you. Okay? I'm going to send it to you on Discord.
No! Oh, I hate that. I want to know.
Oh, yes.
So she leans in and she whispers this name to you.
Aurora.
What can I say? I do not always go for the same type.
Oh, I didn't think so at all. What? How? I am just floored right now. What makes you attracted to him?
I like his aloof nature. He is very... He's very different from the typical... You have to understand, I am usually dealing with Barovian or Soman or Dragarian nobles. It's boring.
He's new. He's fresh.
He's alive.
Well, Aurora, aside from I must tell you that my first opinion is that you would have such a fun time if you did decide to go with that route.
I think that even though he is perhaps a little self-absorbed around the edges, I think it could be fun. I told my brother about it and he was less than amused.
Does your brother not?
You're not
favor
thinking about.
him?
You're not thinking of asking my brother, are you?
He would be a suitable match. I'm just saying.
Because
I'm just saying.
I should make you aware. Felicity has asked me if it's okay for her to ask him.
Oh, does that mean that we're going to have to spend company with her?
This will all depend on if... She is going to wait to see if my brother will ask her. Now, I can tell you for a certain that my brother will not be asking her because I know who my brother is going to ask.
Oh, and you simply have to tell me who, then.
I can tell you who he wishes to ask. My brother does not wish to attend.
Oh. Well, if I can ask, is it because of someone outside of the school who's attending?
It is because of a certain alumni who will be attending.
I see.
My brother and my father do not see eye to eye.
I see. It can be very much like that with noble families. Lots of tension.
Very much so. So now I have told you, and I've told you of my brother's deep dark secret, and I've even told you of one of our friends' secrets. So tell me, if you could ask anyone, if you had to ask someone, who would you ask?
Truly, because I am more interested in fun than anything. Which probably isn't the best move for a ball such as this, but if I had to, maybe... And I whisper to her, Perhaps Malekith?
Really? The card thrower?
Fun. Oh, fun time.
I never would have pegged that one. I thought you were more of a tall and rugged and handsome type.
Do you not think so? Do you not think so?
I mean, I wouldn't really say tall or rugged. He has a certain infernal charm about him. But he's, well, wizards, they're all quite, slim.
Listen, of course I would say that Malekith is perhaps in the category of people like Randuin, who are probably not the best for impressing
Now.
Fireboard.
Now, if we're talking about infernal charms that we'd like, for a leisurely outgoing, Randuin has a certain... How is it that they say in the
Je ne
lore
sais quoi.
village? Yes, he does, doesn't he? I mean, of course, I would never trust him with the wrong end of a firearm, but, there is something about him.
Unfortunately, I do. I have noticed that he has had an eye for my good friend Achillia, though I don't know if he's going to do anything about it. Don't you go spreading that.
He has an eye for Achillia.
I just noticed that they've been spending a lot of time together, and they seem to get along charmingly.
I never thought I'd be jealous of her. Well, see, now I must find someone better looking than either of these tieflings.
Oh, Randuin is going to be very hard to beat.
I tell you who has been catching my eye, but it is absolutely scandalous. It could never be done. And she's going to point to the back of the class. At the back of the class, there is a student who is a bit of a loner, but they definitely stand out. They stand out mostly because their, let's say, fur is completely white, starch white. They have very, very slender pointed ears on the top of their head, a very, very thick white furry tail, and they have like pale white fur on their hands and up to the kind of middle of their forearms, and the same on like their feet to like the middle of their shins. But their hands, their feet, and the rest of their body are completely humanoid. They have long white hair, braided and at some points dreaded, and she'll point over to him, and she'll say, him. Rithan, his name is.
Rithan?
Rithan. Rithin. He is a shifter. Specifically, he is a shifter. The type that I'm using is the type for wild felines. Wild canines. And he is specifically a shifter with a kind of fox-like appearance. And he's sitting, just kind of like leaning back, staring straight ahead, listening to the lecture. I'll let you decide, but he's. I mean, I guess I'd say that he's got a fairly handsome appearance, but then again, I also created him, so I don't know.
I look at Aurora and I say, "Wow, someone is going for the tall and rugged type."
As I said, it is absolutely not something that my father would approve of. But for a tall, handsome stranger, it could be quite interesting.
But you prefer, if you had to ask someone, you would go with your first choice rather than him?
Yes, I think I would have more fun with my first choice.
Have you spoken to Rithan? Do you know what kind of person he is?
He is animal-blooded. That is... We do not mix very well. shifters, lycanthropes, and Dampiers and werewolves. Dampiers, vampires, shifters, werewolves, we do not mix. It is there is always a natural born opposition.
Rista, in her mind, thinks about her opposition to Felicity and completely internalizes and gets that. And kind of nods her head and says, well, if you did decide to go with your first choice, I will be honest, I can't guarantee that it would happen just for him being who he is.
You think that he would think that I am not worth going with?
That is not what I'm saying at all. If he were to say no, it would be because he wasn't interested in the whole affair or because he was scared of you.
Oh, really? I find the idea of fear intoxicating.
That's why I think you'd have a fun time with him.
Okay, it is settled. I think I will have to take a knock to my pride, and I will just have to ask him out. I just have to.
You don't want me to put in a good word for you, do you?
No. I'm already deciding to take a stoop like this, in being the one to ask. I would not want to be seen as having to have my friends sell me, you know?
Of course.
I will attend some shopping after this class, and then I will go and find him.
I will absolutely have to go shopping with you after.
You should
too.
come shopping with me. We should go shopping.
I need to get inspiration for my dress. I have ideas.
Idea, you know what they say about ideas. Ideas are just what you have before you pull out your coin purse.
It's done. We're going.
Fantastic. I think that's quite a funny wee note to end it on. So, we're going to end that there.
You don't mean session, right?
No.
Break.
Don't scare me like that.
I am just going to drop this very quickly. In-game images, I'm putting in an image of Rithan. There we go.
Wow.
Oh, look at him. I get it.
I get it.
I didn't realize Reynard could be a person if you wanted to. Oh my goodness.
Is Reynard not jet black?
Reynard's stark white.
Which one was I thinking was jet black?
Mine is like gray black.
Yeah, Ristus is a
I'm getting them
fox,
mixed
so
up
it's
the
got
wrong
gray
way,
black.
right? Cool,
Yeah.
yeah. I'm getting them
This
mixed
is always
up
the thing.
wrong
It's called a silver fox, but it's not white.
Yeah.
It's like gray.
Do you know what black foxes are colloquially known as here in the UK?
White
Satan.
foxes.
No. Midnight fox.
Midnight Fox, that's so much
that's
better.
cool.
I've only ever heard stories about people hunting black foxes because they thought they were the devil.
Oh yeah, we get all them, like Catholics say it's a really, really bad luck thing to see a black fox and all that jazz.
Mhm.
But
I saw a
Yeah,
fox the
they're-
other day.
but they're incredibly rare, and therefore wouldn't seeing one be actually very lucky because. But anyway, what do I know? I'm only a zoologist, right? So we're going to jump back to Eldwin.
Oh god. After all of that, what I'm doing feels so unimportant.
Following the
Okay.
following the hot elf into the darkness below the
No, Gina, don't backtrack. Say what you were saying the first time. Following the hot fuck.
It's not wrong.
So, Eldwin, you charge off into the darkness. Can you
Oh,
see in
yeah.
the dark?
I absolutely can.
Okay, awesome. Do you see in the dark properly, or do you have dark vision?
I, as a werewolf, see in the dark properly.
Okay, cool. So you can see everything here. Okay,
Mm-hmm.
he is leading you into what is very evidently an off the beat tunnel. It's a secret passageway, and as soon as it closes behind you, he doesn't ask. He just grabs you by the hand and runs again. And he's
Sure.
going to, and he, so as he's running, he's going to say back to you with like a chuckle in his voice. He's going to be like, when I say jump, jump. Okay, don't think about it, just jump.
All right, cool.
Okay, cool, jump.
Yeah, gonna just leap. If needed, if it feels like they need this extra lift, he's gonna use the telekinetic feat. So like in the same way that like Wanda blasts down beneath her to project herself,
Yeah.
he's gonna use the telekinetic feat to just push behind them so that it propels them forward.
Okay. Yeah, you can do that. You do that, and and there's a couple of seconds where you go forward and you hang, and then you start falling down. And as you're falling down, he just keeps himself like very, very poised, smile on his face the whole time. And then you get to about a couple of feet from the ground, and then you just stop. And then he starts laughing, like just out of the blue, absolutely dying laughing. He's gonna say, "I don't know how that works."
And by that you mean
Oh, I fell off that bit when we jumped off of about maybe 3 weeks ago. Landed down here. Just kind of landed here. You can just put your feet down. And he puts his feet down and just stands up. I have no idea why it works the way it does, but it's really fun to jump off of.
you know what? I did agree to this. He is gonna put his feet down, and kind of just take in his surroundings. What's the stitch? Did we just like suspend in the middle of nowhere, sort of? Like what?
No, what you're now in is it's like bits of debris have fallen and cracked down all over the place, and as you're looking at amongst all this debris, you can start to notice there was once a shape to it. You can see the remnants of stairs. You can see a big set of double doors. But it's obviously not been used in some time. And he's going to walk over the door. He's going to walk over the doors and push them open. And he's like, "On you go."
Right then.
Don't worry. I won't let anything bad happen to you.
I think you're underestimating which one of us needs protection. And he'll go through the doors.
As you step through the doors, what you see in front of you is an old abandoned theatre.
Okay, Phantom of the Opera, let's go.
No big crystal chandelier or anything like that. Nothing quite to that extent.
Okay.
But very much the remnants, like the balcony seats and such have long since caved in. But like the floor seats and some of the segmented balconies up on tops are still there, but the stage is still in one piece, except that it's been, I mean, it depends on your view of it. It's either been decorated artistically and beautifully, or it's been horrifically graffitied.
Definitely artistically designed.
He's going to look. He's going to look at. He's going to go, "I come here to hide out."
I don't blame you.
It's quiet. Sometimes you need quiet when you've got to sit and think about all the shit that's going on.
Why did you do that?
Why is
I
that
had
not?
Oh, blowing up the desk. I had fun, don't get me wrong, but curiosity compels me to ask. Is there a reason?
Oh, he took a note from one of the kids, one of the students in the class. The student was passing a note to the person he wanted to ask to that ball thing, and the teacher said, yeah, the teacher was going to read it and potentially embarrass him and stuff. And I decided I would take care of that.
Just an act of service for a friend, then.
No, I don't know that. I just nobody
So
deserves
an
to
act of
humiliate.
altruism. What now?
You say that like it's the absolute worst thing in the world. You never done something just for someone, just because.
Oh. No. Really? You just do that?
If I have the ability to, then why shouldn't I? Doesn't take anything from me.
Does it not? Sorry, I come from, used to being on survival mode.
Oh, you're telling me I come from the Autumn Lands, like we are. Well, everybody has to watch out for everybody there, It's like my dad. It's like my dad always says, when all you've got's nothing, there's lots to go around.
Yeah.
And as my mom would say, we ain't got a whole lot, but we got a lot of little, and a little does me just fine.
That's sweet.
Aye, my mum is.
Not your dad?
Oh, my dad's sweet as a button, but he's been dead for 5 years, so.
That does put a dampener on things.
Often does. Although I tell you one thing, ever since he died, it's been quite quiet in the house.
Yeah. Less
About
fighting?
about time he shut up, really.
Yeah. Mind his own
He's
business,
gonna,
right?
he's gonna grin a little bit of that, like.
Yeah.
He's got that very mountain elf mentality of we get by making fun of things.
Yeah.
Like, they're the kind of culture that, he was probably making fun of his dad in his dad's eulogy.
Right.
I definitely didn't do that in my dad's eulogy.
Yeah.
I fucking did. With the second sentence into it is that, because we cremated my dad. So the second sentence into that was me saying that, my dad will be really glad he finally shed those £10 he was trying to get rid of. It's just how we do it. Mountain elves have got a very, very respectful approach to death.
Yeah.
They believe death is just another part of life, and there's no point in being upset about it because it's going to happen at some point either way. But he looks around and he goes, this place reminds me of my dad, like it's big and grand and everything about it's just so out there. But at the same time, God's you stand and it's just so silent,
Yeah.
I like these old kinds of places.
They have a charm to them. An energy,
do.
a presence. I think a lot of people look at it and see something sad, forgotten, abandoned, but I see potential.
So you're a bit of a knob from what I hear.
What do you mean by that?
Well, I mean, you're surprised about my acts of altruism, and, well, generally people say that you're quite standoffish to get along with. I don't see it personally, but then again, there's no audience here to see you act the way you're supposed to act. So, I'm going to ask you a question. Who are you really?
Who am I really?
Yeah, deep down, what's your deepest, nittiest, grittiest, darkest secret?
Why should I tell you?
Why should you not?
I don't know you. I don't know the risk you pose to me. I don't know whether or not giving you this information is a thing that you'll use maliciously.
You don't
Knowledge
know
is power.
You don't know the risk I can be to you, but you charged into the darkness with me and jumped off a cliff randomly just because I told you to do it.
I'm not afraid of you attempting to harm me physically. You'd meet your match. I'm afraid of what you could do if you know me and then word gets out, because yeah, I do sit on a few secrets.
He's going to reach out. He's going to take your hand. He's going to put it on his, and he's going to put a hand in there, and he's going to go, I solemnly swear that whatever said here, I will never speak word of to another human being, to another mortal entity, as long as we both shall live. Cross my heart and hope to die. Stick a needle in my... And he goes to point at his eye, but one of his eyes is black sclera, black pupil, and violet iris. The other one is normal, and he goes, well, I have to stick a needle in this eye, but, you know, you get where I'm going. If you'd like, I can also pinky swear.
Very intriguing. Fine, you win. Enjoy the story of my life, I suppose.
Oh, you've got some real deep angst about it, don't you?
You kind of have to. You have to
I
turn
agree.
it into something dramatic. It's how I survived it. The truth is, I understand that most people only remember their childhood in fragments. But the reason I only remember mine in fragments is because I've had my memory modified by a cult that kidnapped me when I was a child so many times, I don't know what my real life is anymore. I know that they call me Eldwin, and I know that I don't like being told who I am, and if I want something, I take it. Would you like more than that to go on?
That's your deepest, darkest secret, is it?
Not really, no. My deepest, darkest secret is that I am terrified to grow close to anyone or anything because I can't trust myself not to hurt them. As much as they will look at me and not see me as a monster, I unfortunately know better and know that if I allow anybody within my walls, I might tear them apart. Because there's one thing that I love more than them, and that is carnage, placed by a curse.
Oh, there's a curse now, is there?
Oh, there's always a curse. You're cursed
this what
too.
you-
Come on
is
now.
this what-
Look
is
at
this
your
what you-
eye.
Oh, that's not a curse. That's like a willing thing I did.
Yeah, sure. Willing. We all do things to survive that we say we did willingly.
If I wink at someone, I can give them the worst luck of the day. I've seen people pulling off bank robberies that have never been caught a day in their life, and because I chose to wink at them, they're behind bars and they'll never come out. I could wink at you right now, and I could make it so for the rest of the day. Everyone is obsessed with you. All the people want to do is be around you. Because now I know what your deepest, darkest secret is. I'm not cursed. I did this willingly. I can bring misfortune like that. I'm also really good at painting.
So you play with probability.
Nothing quite so big and out there. I bend luck. That's it.
Yes, you affect percentages.
You like
It's just the
your big words,
mathematical
don't you?
way of putting it. I kind of have
Darling,
to.
Darling, I don't know how to tell you this, but nobody here is impressed by big words other than you. So if you're doing this for your own self-gratification, it's going to be a very, very long time.
Ooh, guess you're calling me there. Or some people do play along with the feud if you sprinkle it in.
I don't
Really
play
make
along
them
with
think you're
anything.
interested.
Something
I'm
that
getting
you and
that
I
from you.
something that you and I have in common. If I want something, I take it.
What is it you want?
Well, I grabbed your hand, didn't I?
That could
Are
be
you going to
that
this
thing.
dance?
Oh, am I? What a brilliant question. I don't know yet. I mean, a chance to show off all this in front of an audience? I don't think I could pass that up.
Ah, you like an audience, you do.
I'm a performer. What can I say? And you?
When you ask him that, he's going to stand, he's going to step towards you, and he's going to get very, very close. We should get back. I'm hungry. And he's going to turn and start walking towards the doors.
Right. Elvin's going to take a moment, look off into the darkness that is this theater. He's going to approach the stage.
Mm-hmm.
Produce a firebolt in his hand,
Uh-huh.
and then graffiti on the stage, Eldwin was here, and leave.
Okay.
Chase after this guy, whose name I don't know yet.
You could have asked.
God, I'm busy.
Don't ask him his name. That makes it better.
I know, right? I'm kind of enjoying this too much.
Yeah. I'm enjoying this too much.
More dark passages, more dark corridors, more twists and turns. And you come to a door. He pushes open the door. Looks both ways. Alright. Now this is where we part ways. I hope I bump into you again.
Do you?
Before I bump into you again, though, you're going to do one truly altruistic thing for someone. I just know it. I'm never wrong about these things. I'm always right.
Right then, tell you what. I'll do one altruistic thing for someone. But then, it's your turn to find me. Good luck.
I can find anyone.
I look forward to you proving that.
Give me just a moment. Give me just a moment. Where's my glasses? I can't see without my glasses.
I just want to throw something out there. I've been in a book club reading Romantasy for the last 6 months. I have not been emotionally invested in any of the relationships as much as this one right here. Just saying.
I've never read better banter than what I'm witnessing right now.
Okay. As he says that, he's going to go, I'm willing to bet my life on it. At the moment I want to find you, I will.
Oh, you. Your life.
I tell you what, not my life. You tell me what I bet.
I get to set the stakes.
You set the stakes. And he's gonna, so as he says that, he's gonna lean on the doorframe. So he's a mountain elf, so he is tall.
Yeah,
So he's gonna lean on the doorframe, hand on his wrist as he's leaning on it, and look down at you as he says it. You set the stakes.
I never ruin a good surprise. You'll find out. But I assure you, it's worth fighting for.
Blind stakes. All right, fine, I'll take it.
I followed you blindly. Your turn.
Shall we shake on it?
That seems a bit primitive, but if you insist.
Shake
Elvin
his-
will extend his hand.
You shake his hand, he shakes it and he goes, you have no idea what you've got yourself in for. And then he's going to wink at you.
That's usually true.
And as he winks, I need you to make me a
Yeah.
wisdom save.
I had to take a moment to collect myself. That's fine. That's a 17 on the die. Hold on.
Okay.
That's only an 18 though, because Eldwin is not wise.
Okay. So he's going to do two things. So
Uh-oh.
he's going to spend... He's going to spend 2 of what he has for his subclass. They're a thing called Jinx points. So he's going to spend 2 Jinx points to make you make this save at disadvantage. And he's going to spend his other 2 Jinx points to make to use the effect.
Interesting. So I need to roll again, right?
Yep, you need to roll again and take the lowest.
I need to roll again and take the lowest. Hold on, I'm checking my spells now. I can't do anything about this. Damn, okay. You know what? Roll with it. This one's an 11.
For a total of?
This one's an 11. 10
Oh,
for
right,
a
okay,
total
cool.
of 11.
Right, so
Yeah.
has DC been a 16? You're going to fail.
Okay.
Misfortunist. You learn 2 misfortunes of your choice, which are detailed under misfortunes below. You can learn an additional misfortune of your choice at 9th, 13th, and 17th level. Blah de blah de blah. Now, as a bonus action, you can use your evil eye, his violet eye. Choose a creature within 60 feet. They must succeed on a saving throw against your misfortune save DC or be marked by your evil eye. While a creature is marked by your evil eye, you can utilize your sneak attack against the creature, even if you don't have advantage on an attack roll, but not if you have disadvantage. The creature remains marked by your evil eye for 1 minute unless the misfortune states otherwise, or until you mark a different creature with your evil eye, whichever comes first. And he's going to mark you with the Curse of the Marked. As a bonus action on your turn, you spend 2 Jinx points to enhance the effects of your evil eye on a creature you have marked by it. When you do, the duration increases to 24 hours, or until you mark a different creature with your evil eye, whichever comes first. Additionally, while the creature is marked in this way by your evil eye, you always know the direction and distance of the creature, provided you're on the same plane of existence. Ladies and gentlemen, I give you the Misfortune Bringer Rogue from Grim Hollow. Ah! I've wanted you to see this guy so badly. So he shakes, he winks at you, and you are marked.
What's your name?
Are we doing names now? Is that where we are?
You have mine, but I can find yours if you won't give it to me. There's power in names. I understand a Fae's hesitation to give me his.
I'm not giving you my name, but I will tell you.
Of course, of course.
Kaladin.
Kaladin. Okay.
And then he's going to start making his way, walking backwards down the left corridor, and he's going to say, "You don't follow me."
No, not this time. But not because you told me not to. And Eldwin will turn and walk the opposite direction.
Okay. Fantastic. This has been great. This has been so much fun. I believe at this point we're just before the 2-hour mark. We're just before the halfway mark. But you know what? I think we will take our little 15-minute break there. And then when we come back, we're going to do some shopping! Of all the people I expected to blow up about that, I did not expect it to be Dan. Guys, don't go anywhere. I'm going to take my party for a little 15-minute break, and then we'll be right back with the shopping portion of our episode. Don't go anywhere, and we'll see you all after our break. folks. Hello. We are back for part 2. And we're going shopping! Oh, I put my hands up and I disappeared. Okay, so we're going to go shopping now. So we know that Constantine had said that he was going to look into going shopping. We know that Rista has said, I'm going fucking shopping, like me and Aurora are going shopping. Eldwin, as you walk away from Kaladin, mysterious mountain elf, what is your intent? Do you intend to go shopping, or...
Oh, of course.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, amongst your knowledge, of course, the thing that is promised to Kaladin, if and when he finds me again, is that he gets the honor of taking me to the New Moon Ball. So I have to prepare for that.
Okay.
So I'm gonna go back to my dorm. I'm gonna call Reynard back to me, get my money, get my paychecks and all that.
Okay.
And wait there as I gather my effects.
Okay. Constantine.
Do I know? I know where Eldwin's dorm is, no?
Yeah, you do. Yeah.
If possible, Constantine would not be lurking, but definitely, like, searching for Eldwin whenever he gets out.
While Eldwin's on his way back, I do want to do something very quickly, okay? Eldwin, as you're walking, a hand is going to go on your shoulder.
Okay. Eldon will turn. Yes.
And Aurora's there. And she's going to say, Eldwin, I've been looking for you.
Oh, Aurora, how are you?
I'm doing very well. And you?
Wonderfully.
Good, I'm so glad to hear it.
Yeah, same.
Listen, I don't know if you have thought about this New Moon Ball thing at all.
It's occurred to me. You?
It has occurred to me as well. And, well, I do not wish to be caught on the outskirts of such a thing. You know, it is a troublesome thing. My father is attending. I have to appear to be in with someone of a good sort. I have to appear with someone who I can present to him and say, you know, this is the elevation of which I am associating myself with peer-wise, you know?
Right, of course, yes. The social element, all of that.
Of course. And because of this, I am forced to either completely and utterly go against my entire working perception of things, or do what I really, really would like. And so I'm forced to ask you a rather embarrassing question, as I should not have to ask this. You understand, it should be me who is approached. But I feel the need to ask this. Do you know where I can find Constantine?
And that is just what I was thinking, because that little bastard, I know he has not asked a damn soul yet. Now, I was thinking about that. See, I admire you for that. He's the off choice, but studious, keeps to himself. A worthwhile candidate to bring to an alumni for sure, to keep up appearances.
That is what I thought.
I hate you. You're smart. Ugh, okay. Just because there's no one around. You know why I hate you, right? We're on the same page.
Oh, darling, I had no idea that you hated me.
Oh. Oh, it's the whole, kind of like looks over his shoulder.
Is it because you're in love with my brother? It would be completely understandable, because quite a few people are.
Listen, Lucian's really hot, but you are the hotter sibling, okay? Hold on. Now, no, that's not why. No.
Okay.
No. He looks over his shoulder, and there's no one there. And he looks back, and his eyes flash yellow, and there's this, like, echoing sound of a wolf growling, but it's not emanating from him.
It's
sort of just, like, between them.
So, really?
Yeah, that's the... It's nothing about you as you are. It's just the...
Honey, it is absolutely fine. I have nothing against lycanthropes. I've dated a werebear.
Oh my god, have you really?
Yes.
Hairy man?
You would think so, but not entirely. But very big, very broad.
Mm.
They live in the mountains.
A bit different than you.
I don't know what it is. It's his shy charm.
Tell you what. I'll do you one better than tell you where Constantine is. You're right. A woman of your stature deserves to be approached. I'll convince him to ask you.
I know you said you hate me, but we should definitely be friends.
Oh, entirely, and I hate Constantine more. Right. Thank you.
She'll turn and walk away to go and find Rista.
What universe am I in? Okay, he's gonna finish walking to his dorm.
Okay.
I love you, you beautiful bastard. Not gonna lie, they had us in the first half.
I will say Dan was messaging me, asking me if it was him.
Dude, I literally sent her a message, and I was watching your face, and the minute I saw you read it, I was like, got him, I got him. And then that happened.
I should have had a better poker face.
I was DMing Dan constantly saying, I'm telling you, dude, it's you.
No, because I was like, it's you, and he's like, no, it's you, and I'm like, okay, maybe it's me, and I was like, no, it's definitely you.
No, because he was like, no, self-absorbed is definitely Eldwin.
Self-absorbed doesn't always mean you think better of yourself. It just means you're very internally focused, which means it could fit either of you perfectly.
Yeah, I didn't want to make it too obvious. But when I was
perfectly.
Yeah, but when I said like, oh, he'll probably be scared of you, I thought I gave it away.
And that's when I was like, oh,
you did. But that's okay because you still didn't name any names, and the build-up was perfect.
Yeah, it was great. And then, oh my god, Dan really. Bran, you really had Dan in
you
that
did.
first
You had me there for a second. I'm not gonna lie.
No, that was great.
Bran?
What?
Aurora's a piece of shit, right?
Is she?
I don't know anymore.
Yeah, she's kind of great.
I know what her father is. But like, I'm starting.
But can you really judge a person by your father? You guys don't know this, but Lucian grows up to be a great guy.
Lucian's great. But me, Gina, the player, is working under the knowledge that she did some weird shit in that whole memory erasing in the library thing back in the early campaign.
Memory erasing?
Yeah. Do you guys remember that? Because I forgot about it.
No, I don't remember any memory wipes. My memory must be gone.
We're gonna have to go over that post-session.
We're making a joke. Our memories were wiped. We don't remember that, but obviously.
Okay, great.
No. Yeah, anyway. Okay, continuing back. Yes, Eldwin, a little more shaken now, flustered and now shaken, makes his way back to his dorm room.
Okay. You make your way back to your dorm room. You're gathering your belongings. Is there anything else you're doing here before setting out?
Nothing specific except for I got all I needed, ready to go.
Okay. At this point, you set out and you're going to look for... Is it Eldwin? Not Eldwin. Is it Constantine or is it Rista you're going to look for? Is it Constantine?
Other way around. Constantine's looking for Eldwin.
Constantine's looking for
Eldwin. Was not looking for anybody.
I do apologise. That's exactly... I knew it was something between them. So Constantine, we'll go to you as you approach Eldwin's dorm. And as you're approaching the corridor to Eldwin's dorm, you see Aurora. And Aurora walks by and just kind of smells it and goes... Hello, Constantine. Keeps walking.
And Constantine, he's
hi! Who the fuck is that?
He's so delayed because he, walks past, stops, looks, hello, keeps walking.
It's fucking tremendous. And then you're able to knock on Eldwin's dorm room. Huh. Ah.
Okay, cool. Yeah, so Constantine knocks, Eldwin will wave of his hand, the door will open magically.
Magic.
Eldwin will turn and go, "You are not who I expected to see. Hello."
Yeah, I was a little thrown off when you just opened the door.
I'll open the door for pretty much anybody. What's up?
Yeah, you will.
You wouldn't know. Hey! Sorry.
This is uncomfortable for me, to say the least, for so many reasons that I haven't even began to unpack.
Mhm.
I've been told that this ball that is coming up is somewhat important, and that despite my instincts and every part of my body and mind, I should attend. And that not only should I attend, I should take it seriously and put a good foot forward.
I mean, I figure you of all people would want to, wouldn't you?
Oh, and why would that be?
Because you're a hardworking student and there's going to be alumni from previous generations scouting out young talent? Not everything I say is an insult, Constantine. You'll know when I'm insulting you.
That's fair. Yes, that has been the piece of information that has been brought to my attention. I originally assumed it was a frivolous affair where the high class would rub elbows and make sounds that are akin to laughter but are disgusting, revolting. That being said...
Pause. High society, as in you're not? Forgive me, I assumed that you came from some sort of magical lineage.
I thought we had a conversation about how we both did...
Well, you're not rich, but do you not come from this world? The world of magic.
No. I'm the first person in my family to study magic. As far as I know, we only keep track of our generation 3 back. My father was a merchant. He grew up on the streets and used every penny that he had to create a small but successful trading company. And then I sold it after he died to pursue magic, despite his wishes.
Oh, big decision.
Not one that I take lightly, one that I often worry that I will regret.
Continue.
I also might have misjudged you at one point. You seemed to be the type that also grew up in that high-class society, but it seems that that isn't the case, and in fact, you've just found a way to adapt to it, no?
Realistically, more of a survival mechanism, yes.
Can you teach me? I know I'm not in the business of asking favors. Of course, I will find something of value, equal or greater, that I can trade for tutelage in this area.
Do one altruistic deed.
Sorry?
No, nothing. Tell you what, Constantine. I will help you out of the goodness of my heart. No, take that seriously.
I'm sorry. It's just, it's a lot to find out that you not only have a heart, but also goodness inside of it.
I know it's black and shriveled, but it does beat for you in this instance. Now, hold on. I think I see enough of myself in you to simply put our differences aside for now. We come from humble beginnings, and we both recognize magic as our only path forward. There is no failure. We can agree on that, right?
Yes, entirely.
Then I can care enough about you to help you. Start, though. Outfit's almost more important than how you interact.
Okay. I do have a tailor, or I was recommended a tailor, but even the idea of going to a tailor is very overwhelming, and I don't know how to handle that experience. We can either visit the one that Andreas gave me, who dresses very sharply.
Oh,
so
Professor Andrus. You'd look amazing in something like that. Perfect. Give me the card. Grab your keys. Let's go. Or, I guess, broom.
You look at the card, and the card just says 2 words.
Hmm.
Just says bespoke tailors.
Excellent. Then we are going to make our way to town, looking for this shop together.
Okay. And Rista, you're also going to town. I will put it to the party. Do you guys want to bump into each other?
at some
I
point,
would
I'm
not
at some
mind.
point.
yes.
At some
Definitely.
point? Okay.
Yeah, I don't mind if we bump into each other early or throughout. That's up
We can
to
leave it
you
to a dice
and or
roll.
dice. Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
Unless Aurora is like, no, I'm not ready. I'm not ready. I can't see him.
Oh no, she's absolutely not. She's like, we'll leave it to a dice roll, okay? But
Yeah.
at this point, you guys make your way, out the front doors of the the academy. Make your way down through the main path of the gardens, where there is a large swirling portal. This portal, you can see through it, takes you to a small village, with a fountain in the village square, whole host of people wandering around of multiple different species, and it looks to be like very specifically a merchant village.
Mhm.
And as you all step through, I bid you all welcome to the lovely little village of Meriander Port. Meriander Port is named famously after a previous student of the academy. They were not the greatest of they weren't the greatest of, intellectual students. However, they were famous for one thing during their stay. They started an underground market in the academy. Anything from any world they could pull from wherever they managed to get it. It eventually got to a point where it was so bad that the academy had to offer to give them a storefront in a nearby created demiplane. Otherwise, this market would overcome the entire academy. And so they started with a storefront, and then it became a store, and then that store became 2 stores, and so on and so forth until you have what stands before you. Meriander Port. Meriander Port is a picturesque little town. There is hustle and bustle. There is everything from little storefronts, little stalls. There are full-fledged shops with canopies and multiple floors. There's even performers in the streets. In the centre of it is a statue of what appears to be a halfling. But this halfling has very large pointed ears, showing them to be something similar to a halfling, but slightly different.
Tender.
A kender. Around here you can see amazing, beautiful shop fronts. Bright pink, lime green, amazing and astounding, constantly shifting kaleidoscopic colours. And also some fairly gothic looking buildings, because obviously you've got to appease the goths, don't you?
Oh my
there
god, they
are-
have a hot topic.
It's their version of Hot Topic. It's called
And a
Bespoke
Spencer's.
It's called Bespoke Tailors.
Oh
There
my
are-
god!
There are sweet shops. There are shops for school supplies. There are shops for everything from a new wand, a new staff, a new spellcasting focus. What's that? You need religious texts? There's a shop here that has religious texts from all corners of the multiverse. You got a broom from the school, but you're not quite a fan of it. You want a better model. There's a broom store. Anything that you could think that you would need in a magic school, you have at your fingertips. There's also a tent here. And this tent has a sign outside which claims to allow you to feel comfortable in your own skin.
That can mean so many things.
That could be so many. Yeah, that could go so
Yeah, I
bad,
don't know how I
so
feel
right.
about that.
As you step into the portal, you come out in a very, very twisty fashion. Like as you step in, it's almost like you're sucked into the portal, like, and you're spat out. And as you realise that the portal actually has you coming out of this Kender statue's hat.
Hey, that's awesome.
We're going to go with Eldwin and Constantine first.
Okay.
Is there anything in particular that you would like to look for here?
As soon as they get into the marketplace, Eldwin is going to be like, all right. Every shopping trip is a good outing, so we're going to start by getting drinks. Personally, I like a Barovian fog. I don't know if you've ever had one. It's basically Earl Grey tea with some heavy cream, vanilla, and something kind of sharp that burns slightly but warms you up a little bit. Leave it to something from Barovia to be just a little bit harsh, but Barovian fog is my drink of choice. You can get whatever you want. I'll pay. As for your tailor, fortunately, anyone that Professor Andrus goes to is not going to be one of the major stores. We're going to have to look in the seedy underback where the real cool people are. That's okay, though.
As I am already stepping incredibly far out of my comfort zone, I feel that if I put my 2 cents into this outing, it will only end in disaster. So, for once, I'm going to go against my better judgment and put my complete trust in you for a
Is there
few
something
hours.
you want to look for while we're here?
Is there anything I should be looking for? I don't really know how to go about these interactions. I
Right,
can't remember
well-
a time where I went shopping.
Let's see. Obviously, we have our clothing, but clothing is only so much of what makes a person. You'll want hygiene products such as colognes, body lotions. You're going to possibly want some sort of hair products to contain that rat's nest. And you will probably also want to invest in some jewelry. Do you prefer silver or gold?
Oh my. I suppose gold.
Gold, good. I hate silver. Really, really hate silver. Anyway. Okay. Well, order your drink and let's get on the road.
I'll have, and like, I'm assuming Eldwin goes after, or Constantine goes after Eldwin. I'll be like,
Yeah.
whatever he just ordered. I don't recall the exact.
So you guys are looking for the local tavern.
Mm-hmm.
Well, do you know I didn't actually plan a tavern for this place, purposely because I got this.
Wine bar?
I got this last year at UK
Local
Games
Legends.
Expo, and I've never been able to use it. So
Tavern kit. Oh, interesting.
gives you a fully fledged tavern with NPCs and everything. So let's see what we got. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. We got 10 taverns. Pick a number between 1 and 10 or roll a dice.
Constantine, this is for you. Pick a number or roll a dice. 8. Good number.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Oh. From the initial image of it, it looks fancy.
Ooh.
But this unfolds into a full display.
That's actually really cool.
Oh,
Oh.
shit. There we go.
That's cool.
So hold us, and this is what it looks like on the inside. Oh,
Wow.
fuck the blurring.
Fancy.
Yeah, okay. Cool. I'm liking
Dude.
this. So as you guys step into this tavern, the tavern's name is the Silver Purse.
The Silver Purse. Speaking of hating silver.
I was about to say.
The Silver Purse doubles as a tavern and also as a localized den of gambling. It's commonplace throughout the multiverse, so why shouldn't you have a place where you do that? Offers a place for entertainment and the chance to win riches. Though such establishments are often very professional in their approach to gambling, many also offer a number of high-stakes, illegal betting options in the back rooms, often made possible by paying off local councilmen. Casinos that operate in such a way are often referred to as a gambling den. The Silver Purse is one of these gambling dens with a long history, having retained the same name despite changing owners no less than 12 times due to untimely death. So, as you step foot in here, it's quite quiet. And you were looking for a Barovian fog, yes?
I made that up, but yeah.
Cool.
I just
awesome.
parodied the London fog.
I know
drink,
what a London.
yeah,
I know
let's
what
do
a
it.
London fog is, so that's fine. So you move up towards the counter here, and behind the bar there is a. Let's go with a human.
Okay.
The human is tall, bald, and they wear a hat, a bowler hat. And they give you a look and they say, "Welcome to the Silver Purse. What can I do for you?"
How are you doing today? Barovian fog for me to go.
Fantastic, and for your friend.
I'll have the same.
Alright. I'll be with you in 2 moments. And he goes off to make the drinks. And he's done within the space of, like, a couple of minutes before he brings back 2. Pushes them over to you. And he says, that'll be a total of 10 silver pieces.
Got it. Just 1 gold. Slide it over.
He'll take the gold. Thank you very much.
And then if there's a tip jar, he'll throw a gold in there too.
Thank you very much. Thank you very much. We appreciate your patronage.
Don't worry. I know what it's like back there. Have a good one.
And you.
As they start walking out, Eldwin's gonna point to an entryway where there's like a bouncer type figure and go, looks like they do a little more than just food and drink here. Maybe not best to find yourself here when the sun sets.
I am usually have my nose well within a book by the time the sun sets.
Oh god, that's so boring. That was basically the equivalent of me asking you to come back and gamble, but fine.
Why didn't you just say, let's come back and gamble?
You're supposed to read subtext. I thought you wanted me to teach you. Subtext.
Okay. Subtext. Let's go over. I think we should make an assumption here so we don't waste any back and forth. I assume my time with you is very limited as you have many other obligations. Let's make the assumption that I am completely and utterly clueless in this realm, much like you probably felt the first time you went into a classroom.
Oh, okay. Well,
Oh, are we not doing that? Are we going to set that aside as well? The silence, so dramatic.
anyway, Eldwin's gonna go ahead and walk out. And they're going to make their way to jewelry first, I think.
Okay, there is in fact a jeweler's here. The jeweler is owned by a small gnome. She looks alarmingly similar to a gnome that you also know. A gnome who is a member of the faculty at the academy. You haven't had a class with her, but you do know her. That would be... Oh, where's her name?
You're telling me she's well known to us?
I actually kind of hate that you did that.
It's like another instance where it's like the only appropriate response is really to just go silent.
Yeah, I'm just gonna. Yep, I'm just gonna stop. She is your infusions and enchantments professor.
Hmm.
Small gnome by the name of Professor Irma Pebbles.
Irma Petals.
Pebbles. Pebbles.
Pebbles.
Yep.
Mm-hmm. And so is this...
Go
do
ahead.
they just look related, or is this the same person?
No, they look related.
Oh, okay.
Same red, wild, curly hair, but where Professor Irma Pebbles has big, round, golden framed glasses, this one doesn't have glasses, and she has shorter hair. As you step in, she is going to have like a monocle thing on, looking at a gemstone, and go, "Oh, hello. Welcome to Pebbles, Stones and Gems. How can I help you?"
Oh, hello. Goodness, you look so much like Professor Pebbles. Are you sisters?
Oh, no. I'm the mum. She's the daughter.
You could have had me fooled. Goodness. You look
Gnomish
wonderful.
blood. It does wonders for you. It truly does.
Ah. Well, we are here to get my young friend here suited for some golden jewelry.
Oh,
Now, that
golden
can be-
jewelry. Okay.
Now, it can be faux gold. I don't think he'll know the difference, but if it possibly prefer real gold.
Oh, we can definitely do real gold. That is absolutely possible. Now, when it comes to your preference, are we looking at a full occlusion? Are we doing bracelets, earrings, necklaces, or are we doing just a simple sporade of things?
I'm gonna look at him. Necklaces, bracelets, rings, and perhaps ear piercings, yes.
Okay.
Does your artwork of Constantine not have ears pierced?
That's actually a really great question. I
I
don't.
was pretty sure it did. That's why I said
Well, the ears are pierced now.
that. God damn.
Do you have, or do you already have your ears pierced?
You don't
I don't
have to do
know,
this if you don't want to. Yeah, no, I genuinely thought Constantine had his ears pierced. If he
I
doesn't,
feel like it would make sense for him to not. Like, I just don't think that would be something that he would do. I mean, I never
Okay.
thought about
She
it
pulls
that
out.
far.
She pulls out a long needle. Would you like it?
your
we
choice.
We offer the service free of charge with any purchase.
Your choice. Fairly painless, though.
We can also pierce other things. I understand the young folk are into that.
Stick with ears, I suppose.
I'll get a piercing if you do.
Where are you getting a piercing?
I'll take a cartilage piercing. Just
Okay.
tie her up. I can connect the chain from the earring to the cartilage.
Deal.
Okay. She
Going
pierces
from
ears.
hating each other to piercing ears together. Hell yeah.
She pierces your ears. You'll both take 1 point of piercing damage.
Oh no.
Hey, some of us are wizards. That actually hurts.
Gets ear pierced. Ah! I'm down! I'm down!
Oh,
I'm down!
Take me out!
Dies
take me
of
out!
1d4 ear piercing damage.
Ah!
So you get your ear pierced. She does lay out quite a nice spread of jewellery, multiple different stones, and she does say to you, we can mix and match. So, like, we can take, if you do like the stone of one particular thing, we can take it and place it into a setting on another thing. But it does. Would you prefer piercings which hang or piercings which are like studs? They just sit.
Constantine's, he's just gonna look at Eldwin.
Let's go with studs for now. That'll be easiest for him, especially for the adjustment period. He can branch off into more flair later.
And do you have a preference for stone?
Constantine, would you mind casting a spell for me? Unless you have a preference. I was just going to go based on the color of your magic.
How does red play with gold?
Red and gold
go
are
wonderfully together.
red and gold are a classic choice. Other choices which go well with gold are pink, purple, and a dark royal blue.
You're warm toned
red.
too. Red would go well with you. Let's go
Okay.
for rubies.
Gold setting with ruby encasing. Fantastic. We can certainly do that. And for bracelets and necklace, are you looking for any of these, or are we sticking with just the earrings?
I do want to get him something simple, maybe just golden charms to put on a necklace, and then we'll do one bracelet or a watch. A watch would be good for him.
We do provide pocket-held timepieces, if that is something you're looking for.
Let's do that instead of a
Okay.
necklace.
So she goes out and pulls out drawers of like pocket watches and all that jazz, lays it all out. And then she's going to reach over to you, and very much like an old grandmother, despite the fact that as a gnome, she doesn't look like one. She looks very, very young. But she reaches over and she pats your hand, Constantine, and she says, "Now remember, if it don't feel right, it ain't right. Okay? You look for what you want, and if there's nothing here, then that's fine. Okay?"
I've always just picked whatever was first or least expensive. It's odd to think about what feels right. How do you know when it feels right?
Pick it out.
Have you never owned a watch?
No. It always seemed like a needless expense.
She is going to look over them. And she's going to pick up one. She's going to hold it out to you. Hold this. Now,
Okay, I'll take it.
now click it open. What you're holding in your hand is time. Too often we can let the world pass us by just because we're sitting and doing whatever it is that we like to do. Sometimes it's nice to take note of the time. So how does it feel? How does it feel in your hand? Does it sit comfortably? Are the edges of the filigree, do they cut against your fingertips when you're holding it? Or does it fit well?
What does it look like?
So the engraving on the front of it is very simple. Very, very simple. It's just of a standard mountainscape. So not a lot of feeling to it. Fairly decent, so I'd say it's about palm size. Right? But there are other ones here that have more detailed engravings. One of them has a detail of like what appears to be all of the symbols for the commonly known schools of magic. Some of them have carvings of animals on them. There's one which has like a dragon mid-flight arcing in like a semicircle and breathing fire into the middle of the pocket watch. And there's some that are just very plain.
This is nice, but can I hold that one? And I'm going to point to the one with the schools of magic.
Oh, yes, of course. It's a very popular design. She picks it up and she holds it out to you. Because it's an engraving and not filigree, there's no raised point around the edges of it, so it's very smooth, sits in the hand. And even with your thumb, when you're not looking at it, you can trace the sigils of the different schools of magic.
If I were to, and I hope this isn't rude in the slightest, this is a beautiful watch. But if I were to ask you to add something to it at some point in the future, would you be able to?
Absolutely, we can make any alterations or additions as you wish.
I might come back for that.
Let's get the base wash now. You can put that on my tab. He'll wear it to the ball, but then he can come back for the modification.
Of course.
You intend on paying for everything. I have a stipend as well.
Mostly, yes, I do. Is that a problem?
Not if you're offering and it doesn't come with a patch later on.
I may ask for some help studying.
I think we can arrange that.
Was there also a want for a gold chain?
Yeah.
Okay,
For sure.
cool. Just a standard chain, thin, thick, or
Bog standard, then
Cool.
watch chain.
I love how that's become a thing now since I've started saying that everybody's wanting about going
Bog standard, yeah.
Started saying it IRL too. I'm like, oh yeah, box standard,
Okay. Very, very simple length of chain. Tell me about the thickness of the one I've got on just now. Not too thick, but
Yeah.
not so thin that if you get it caught on something, you're worried it's going to break.
Break. Yeah.
She puts it down and she'll go, if this is everything for you, all in total, this will run you up a price of 16 gold, 4 silver, but, and she's going to knock 6 gold off and say, everybody should have a pocket watch. So consider this a gift.
Only gonna elbow Constantine slightly and pay her for the gold, and of course just a little extra for her time.
Thank you very much. And again, you are always welcome back at Pebbles, Stones, and Gems.
So she knocked off 6. That came to
10 gold and 4 silver.
and 10 gold and 4 silver, and I gave her extra, so I'm just gonna say 11 gold. Okay, cool.
Okay, cool. With that, you guys can make your way to your next shop of choice. But we're going to jump now to Rista and Aurora. What is your guys' first port of call?
Well, Aurora, you say that you want to look your best just for today. So are you even looking for something for the dance right now?
I'm looking for something for both.
Okay, so do you want to get your hair done? You want to get a blowout?
There is only one style that I have, and it is straight.
So you don't want my haircut? That's fine. That's totally fine.
Not that I do not love your hair. It perfectly frames your face, but I have different features from you, and unfortunately, all I can live with, because I happen to look like my mother, is straight framed face. That is it.
I do understand that. So, you want to get your nails done? You want to get, if you don't want to get your hair done, you want to get your nails done? You want to get new jewelry?
Get your fangs sharpened.
Get your...
I could.
You want to go to the
do-
dentist?
I could
know, Daddy.
do. Do you know, I could do with getting a little bit of a, manicure. Would you like to come with?
Sharpen our talents?
You read my mind.
I take her arm and we go to the salon.
Okay, there is a salon there. The salon's name, let's just grab this. Where's my notes on Mariander Port? Mariander Port, the salon. The salon is called the New You Parlor. And as you step in, it is all changelings. All changelings. And as you step in, a changeling walks up to you and becomes you. And says, "Hello there, and welcome to the New You Parlor. I am your new you. How can I help you and be of service today?"
Well, both of us would love to get mani-pedis.
Fantastic. And then they will
We
put
just
their
need a
hand,
refresh.
they will put their hands up, showing you their nails, or what are currently your nails, and say, "Please describe exactly what it is that you would like."
Oh, well, for Aurora, I have to say that she needs them to be perfectly sharp, and I imagine blood red tips.
Oh, of course.
Of course, and I'll take light blue, sky blue with detail.
Literally, as you're discussing it, you watch this changeling morph your nails to what you're describing.
Oh, just slightly lighter blue, slightly lighter blue.
They change it to that, and they say,
Oh,
"And
that's perfect.
you said you wanted some detailing. Exactly what kind of detailing are you looking for?"
Oh, like white detailing, like cloud detailing.
Start to form on the nails.
Oh, it's perfect.
This is what you're wishing for, yes?
Yes, absolutely.
Fantastic. Another changeling has come next to them and taken the form of Aurora and done the exact same thing. And then once you guys say, "Yep," they go, "Fantastic. We will be with you in just a moment while we prepare space for you. Could we find you a refreshment while you wait?"
Oh, of course, I'll take a champagne.
Okay. And they will look to Aurora and she will just say, "Nothing for me, thanks, I'm full." They go off, they bring back champagne for you, only the finest, obviously. It's definitely from a black market, but they bring it to you.
The finest
this
that they have is black market.
This place runs. No. The finest they've got is like Moet. Like it's decent quality champagne. Not necessarily what you would get in like high society places, but you know, for a place that's on the outskirts, exists in a demi-plane. It's not your run of the mill shit. It is decent shit. But they definitely get it through black market contacts, because everything in this place is gotten through black market contacts. They bring back your champagne, and then after a couple of minutes you're called over. And while they're still looking like you, they put their hand forward and they start to work on you to match what you have seen on them perfectly. Within the space of half an hour, your nails and your toenails have been done perfectly to what you described, as well with Aurora. Not only that, as they've done this, as you're drinking the champagne, it gives you like a bit of energy, rather like, you know, like you drink anything that's bubbles, champagne or prosecco, and it goes straight to your head and you start to feel kind of giddy straight away. This doesn't. You're actually a bit more energized as you drink it.
I feel as light as a cloud.
And afterwards, they kind of put it down and they say to you, "Is there anything else that we can do to be of assistance?"
I don't believe so. I think we'll be on our way.
Fantastic. For your services today, this will cost you, for a total of both of you, a total of 3 gold and 20 silver.
I pay that, and I tip. I tip like a quarter of that. Like I tip well.
And they morph back into their standard changeling form, give you a bow, and say, "Any time that we can be of assistance, please do come here to unlock the new you."
Thank you so much. Have a blessed day.
Now that was quite a short one because it's just, you know, a salon, so
Yeah.
not really much major things you can do there. Is there anything else that you would like to do?
I don't. I think we'll probably go to like the dress shops, to, like start looking for our dresses and stuff.
Okay, so moving to dress shop. Okay, fantastic. Moving to dresses, there is multitudes.
Yeah.
Okay, you have dresses which are, you know, like we're talking like ball gowns. You have ones that maybe are a bit more elegant. They're definitely designed for kind of species on the kind of small to shorter medium sizes. And then there's very evidently places that are designed for, you know, furbolgs, Goliaths, orcs, that kind of thing. With yourselves both being the shorter side of the medium creature size.
More humanoid.
Yeah, you have like a couple of stores open to you. There is one which goes by the name Madame Busseau's Ball Gowns. This is one of these, you know, you're talking like Renaissance style ball gowns. Give me just 2 minutes and I'll get that typed out for you. So we can keep the notes of it. Madame Busseau's
Take a shot at it.
Ball Gowns. Renaissance style ball gowns. Another one you see, much darker style store. This definitely looks like if Morticia Adams went into, you know, fashion, this would be what she was doing. Okay? You know how like Beetlejuice or Cruella de Vil is all black and white? Mm-hmm. Picture that without the white. That's what this is. Okay?
Amazing.
It's all
just black on black.
Black and charcoal grey, okay? For a little pop of colour, they might add a little bit of silver here and there. That's it. That's what you got. Okay? Above the storefront, it is written in a style that looks almost like spider webs draped across it. And it's called Madame Arachne's Silken Threads. And then the final one, I love it. The final one is like if these two were like the middle, if like the first one was the middle ground and this was one end of the spectrum, this is the whole other side. We are talking pastels and sequins, whole shebang, like like your proper like mid 2000s to early 2010s prom dress style shit, like pencil dresses and all that kind of shit. The younger fashion kind of thing. That's what's here. You're talking things that are I don't know how else to describe it other than it's like the standard
American prom dresses.
Yeah. I didn't want to go too stereotypical on it and be like American prom dresses, but yeah, that's basically what it is.
It's a look.
And the name of this is literally Glitz and Glams Fashion. But glitz is spelled Glit. I've typed it wrong there. I've typed it as you normally expect it. It's S. And glams is spelled Glams. So glitz and glams fashion. Or you can order something online.
Yeah, we're just gonna buy something off of Amazon.
Oh. What would Amazon be in a fantasy world? What a fucking question.
It would be a god that just... It would be like Hermes transporting all your goods.
That's what it is in Percy Jackson.
That's a little bit of this.
It's not Amazon,
also
but there's Hermes.
Post office.
There's Hermes Delivery.
Yeah, he's more the
There's
postal
also
service.
Isis rainbows.
Yeah,
The goddess of rainbows.
Yeah, so there's Isis Rainbows. There's Hermes, the postal service, which is the postal service is run by Hermes. But there's also Hermes Delivery, which is their version of Amazon, and it is ran by Hermes. Like they go and visit one, and in one part they see like multiple like air fryers next to like shields and shit. And then Amazon Delivery is actually ran by Amazonians.
Yes.
But anyway, back to this. Where would you like to go for your dressing needs?
Oh, the Aurora, absolutely. I looked to her and Madame Arachne's, like we kind of know where she'll probably want to go.
Aurora will point to the first two and then look at the third one and say, quite seriously, I may vomit.
I can only imagine. I can only guess.
Which would you prefer? Are you more of a full and flamboyant ball gown, or are you a sleek black number?
I'm not so much of either. I'm somewhere in a different category, but I'll see. I'll see if I can get some fabric.
Okay. So Aurora will make her way towards Madame Arachne's silken threads.
Yes, and I'll go with her. Yeah.
Okay. You step inside and everything is sleek, black.
It's so dark. It's so dark in here.
Marble countertops, black leather places for people to sit and such, and there are dresses on racks and stuff. And there is actually some dresses of different colour. It's just from the outside you expect everything to be black and grey and such. But there is things of colours. There's white dresses here as well. But what you do see hundreds of spiders.
Real spiders?
Yep, real spiders.
Like
Spinning silken threads. And there are larger spiders who are working these things. And working in the shop, like the shop assistants, there are two drow. And they're dressed like Andy Warhol goth chic. You know, like with the sunglasses on indoors and the tight black jumpers. Oh shit, I'm describing what I'm literally wearing right now. Fuck. But you know what I mean? Like, Art Deco kind of... Art Deco fantasy vibes. And they will approach you and they say, "Welcome to Madame Arachne's Silken Threads. Is there an order you're here to collect, or are you here to peruse?"
We're here to peruse. If we can have some assistance.
Of course. Would you like our help, or would you like to speak to Madame Arachne for a personal and unique item?
Oh well, if it's doesn't take up too much of her time.
They will reach into the inside of their like waistcoat, and they pull out a sending stone with a spider engraved on it, and they'll go, "Madame Arachne, there's 2 customers here who wish to discuss unique items." I'll tell them. She'll be down in a moment.
Thank you so much. And I start looking around. Is there like my idea for my dress is like pale sky blue? Is there anything looking like that kind of color?
So you don't see anything on racks here, but you do see like white dresses, and you do see that there are vats of like dye and such in the back. So no doubt you can obviously custom thing. But what you do here is that most of the things here are created from silken threads.
Awesome.
And as you're looking around, a voice from just above you, but behind you, speaks and says, "Welcome to Madame Arachne's. What can I do for you?"
Hello?
As you turn around, hanging upside down behind you, there is a drider. You're familiar with what a drider is, right?
Not at all.
Okay, so a drider is a drow. From the torso up and from the waist down, they are a spider.
Just a drider.
Yep, they are a legitimate thing. They're actually from D&D. I will send you a brief image of one. Give me just a wee moment.
Please horrify me.
That's pretty much a word for it. They are definitely horrifying. Bear in mind that the imagery and such that they use for them is from the old idea of what drow were like. In my world, drow and drider can be just as chill as any other species. Academy game images is where I'm going to be putting this little number. Where are you, Christmas? Why can't I find you? Genuinely can't find the image I just downloaded. Why is that fair? How dare you? I am so offended. Oh, okay. I apparently cannot find the image that I just downloaded. Show me it in...
I believe in you.
Oh, that's why. I found it.
What did I say?
Here we go. This is a drider!
God! That just descends from the ceiling.
And she's upside down as well. So she's got little long white hair, which is now hanging completely down. And she says, "Is there something in particular I can help you with?"
We are trying to find dresses for the new moon ball, ma'am.
Wonderful. I absolutely love the new moon ball. I've already have received several orders for some of your professors.
Are you
So
attending
let us-
yourself? Are you an
Oh
alumni?
no, I will not be attending, unfortunately, but I am an alumni. Before I was what I am now, I was a student there, and I was quite a high-performing student, if I do say so myself. However, I have chosen to dedicate myself to bettering the world, not through the applications of magic, but through the applications of... And she just points around and says, well, magic.
I absolutely trust you in your craft. Why don't we begin?
Fantastic. Let us begin indeed. And she sits down with both of you and she goes over your ideas for dresses.
Mhm.
So, she does say she's able to dye any colour you wish. Her spiderlings will immediately begin breaking down plants to make these dyes, and with the time you've got left, she'll have plenty of time to order the plants that she needs to make the dye. So that is not an issue. Not going to ask you to go over your whole idea for your
Yeah.
dress. We'll keep that as a surprise reveal. But you share with her your entire vision for what your dress is going to be, and she says to you that it's definitely possible within the time frame that she has.
Amazing.
And she's going, as she does, so she takes the two sketches, hands them to the two Art Deco drow twins, and just kind of waves them away. And it's like, so, forgive an old woman for prying into two young women's personal lives. But are you excited?
It's going to be such a grand affair. I've been to my fair share of balls, but nothing of this magnitude.
I remember the New Moon Ball when I was there. It was such a lovely, lovely time.
How was your experience? Did you go with anyone?
I did go with someone. I'm not sure if he is still around. He is a professor he was a professor at the academy.
Oh, what was his name?
His name was Andres. But he
Professor
had
Andres.
Yes, we went together as friends. I hoped it would become something more, but he had eyes for someone else, and when he saw them across the dance floor, the tea.
This is Gina processing what that means.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, well, we are also ourselves looking for dates, this one in particular.
And do you have ideas of who you wish to ask you? Because I am assuming that you are not going to stoop to the levels of asking.
Oh, of course not.
Could you never ask? Allow
No.
them to come to you. It is like...
It's an
It
art
is like...
form.
Of course, it is spinning the web. The fly will not fly into the web if it does not look like something worth looking at, you know?
Oh, I couldn't have said it better myself, though this one has rejected all of my offers to help in her endeavor.
She looks at Aurora and Aurora's like, I have simply pointed out that I do not have the same facial features as my beautiful friend here, and could not pull off the hairstyle that she has. I can only pull off long and straight. And she's going to turn around and she's going to say, girls, may I speak plainly to you both?
Of course.
Poppycock!
I beg your
And
pardon.
she will turn around to Aurora and she will say, you can pull off anything you wish, my dear. It is about how you wear it, the confidence in how you wear it. It is not often that you would see a woman in a thigh-slit skirt when she has 8 thighs. But yet I will do it every single day that I wish to. It is the confidence in how you do it. And then again, the conversation will devolve into her, like, give like the standard, like, nosy old lady giving you advice you didn't necessarily ask for or want, but somehow some of it actually rings kind of true. That kind of shit.
Also, I'm definitely like getting her like I'm getting the tea for like a bunch of alumni that she thinks is gonna be there.
Okay, after the session today, I'll just send you a bunch of random shit about a bunch of alumni that are
Fantastic.
going, like, Strahd
Can't wait to do
Strahd was a snivelly wimp who used to hide out in corners and talk to books.
Can't wait to do some reading.
Afterwards, when everything's all said and done, she will say, now for these bespoke pieces, you will be, I assure you, I am well worth the price. It is 10 gold pieces per dress. And Aurora will obviously, she'll put her hand out and she'll go, you paid for our nails, I will pay for dresses.
Oh, Aurora, you're the best.
And so Aurora will pay for the dresses. And then she takes the money and she goes, thank you for choosing Madame Arachne's silken threads for all of your needs, and I truly hope that you have the happiest of times.
Thank you so much for your help. I can't wait to
Who
see
knows?
the beautiful creations that you give us.
Who knows? Perhaps I will even put in a small appearance myself.
I would love nothing more than to see
I will
you walk into that room.
I will show Andres what he missed out on, yes?
You do that.
Andrus is just in case you forgot. Andrus is married to Professor Braxilia. She'll just walk over with an axe like fucking die.
I can't wait.
Fantastic. So with you stepping out there, we'll go back to Constantine and Eldwin. Okay. Just making sure for a wee quick time check. Should be about our finishing, because I know that daylight savings time is kicked in for you guys. So our usual finishing time is roughly 40 minutes from now. Am I correct in that?
Yes, that sounds right.
That's
Wait, so
usually.
are we ahead of you? Is it less?
So you guys go an hour. You guys went an hour back to roughly 2 weeks ago.
Yes.
We don't go back until the end of this month.
Okay. So yeah, the 40 minutes from now, that's our.
It's usually our
usual
hard cut. Fantastic. Okay, awesome. That gives me plenty of time. So going back to you guys, is there anything that you guys want to do while you're here as well?
So we're gonna go see Professor Anders Taylor. That is to say, the sort of Hot Topic themed shop. We're gonna go there first to see what there is. But as we walk, I'm going to ask. Right. So the second most important thing, aside from the outfit, is actually not what you do. Still, it's who you're with. Who do you plan on asking? Do you plan on asking?
Oh, is that required?
Not required, and yet it will put you in good social standing. Please understand, these kinds of occasions are not for finding romance. If that works for you, brilliant, but this is about status. The higher the nobility you're able to get to agree to go with you, the better. So, if there's anybody in the upper classes whom you see as desirable for either their family's resources, their wealth, or even because you're trying to keep your eye on someone and a political power of some kind. Any suspicions you have, literally, this is just a chance to get to know somebody better. And the higher up they are.
Close and enemies closer.
I've heard it before. I actually can think of someone. I wonder if we're on the same wavelength.
Perhaps.
Aurora.
I'm sorry. I know this might be a bit of an odd question to ask, given that we go to a magic school, meaning it is entirely possible. But is it possible someone has cast a spell on us? Because I feel like we're on way too similar of a page than usual.
It's entirely possible. I have a more well-rounded knowledge of the current situation you're in than you do. Anyway. Aurora would be an excellent choice. Not only do we know for a fact that she's been kind of suspicious around us in the past, but in that same regard, showing up with a Zarevich daughter is no small feat. The Zareviches are one of the most well-renowned names at this school, to the point that, apparently, I read this in a book, that old mausoleum out there, do you know about it?
No.
It's entirely possible that it could have been one of the Zarevich families.
Fill me in on.
We just don't know.
Zareviches.
Hmm?
Can you refresh me on the significance of the family? I have tried to stay out of.
Oh, they are just an old, powerful royal family. It's really... I wish I could tell you more than that, but a lot of Barovia's lore is steeped in mythos and confusion. I mean, at a magical college, you're not going to know everything about every place someone hails from. But the case of Barovia is they are well known. At times, they have been well loved, at times, they have been well feared, but that's true for most royal families. It just depends on the generation you're in. They have always been powerful.
Well, in a weird way, asking someone to a dance is genuinely one of the most terrifying and horrifying experiences I ever thought I'd have to experience here. But for some reason, adding on the fact that it is a vampire who is very likely to kill us, it doesn't actually make it that worse. So I suppose if we're going for it, we might as well go the whole 9 yards.
Now, here's the funny thing, is that most people aren't brave enough to approach Aurora. Simply by virtue of bravery of approach, that earns you a certain regard in her eyes.
You
And
really
listen,
think that's
we're
all
not
that-
besties, but I know the way she thinks. She
you really
thinks
think all
faster
of
than
it
me,
is that
but
will-
I know the way she thinks. Sorry?
You really think all that it will take is someone approaching her with some measure of confidence, no matter how false?
Yes, well, that and, frankly, from the outside, you look like the perfect student. From the inside, you're riddled with your own insecurities, but we're not going to go there. But from the outside, you're studious, you care the most about your studies and the least about the social aspect. For someone who is sternly devoted to the craft of magic, that's admirable.
What's your game in this?
What indeed? Does it have to have selfish gain?
No, but you seem like you have premeditated this. Beyond just, oh, let me think about this. I asked you for help, what, 2 hours ago? And I'm sure it's been taking all of your mental capacity to lead me through this gauntlet of situations, since seeing as I have so little experience. I'm just curious if you have an ulterior motive.
If I say something to you right now, Constantine, you must swear yourself to not repeat this.
I swear on my magic.
Sometimes you're an asshole, not because you're an actual bad, mean person, but because you're scared of letting people in. And sometimes being an asshole gets real lonely, and you could just use a friend. So don't complicate my angle too much. It might be simpler than you think.
You have a tendency to overthink things, so I'm told. I will
Yeah,
take
that's
that.
why I beat you at Signs and Sigils the other day. After you.
Yes, I figured that would have to come up at some point or another.
How was the chocolate? I feel like defeat chocolate tastes better than victory chocolate, personally.
It was actually pretty good. Definitely nice to share it with someone. Abandon ate more of it than I did.
Good for him. Right. So, we're gonna go in, we're gonna talk to the tailor, we're gonna get Constantine's measurements done, and we're gonna get him a good black suit with red detailing and gold accents.
Okay.
This is Professor Andreas' shop, yes?
Yes.
This is, yes. As you step in, very, very plain interior. But there's loads of like spools of all kinds of weird and wonderful fabrics. Some of the fabrics even seem to move of their own accord. And with their back to you behind the counter, there's a bald man, well dressed, obviously wearing a suit, no jacket, but the jacket is hung up on like a wooden coat hanger next to him. The large pair of fabric shears cutting along a piece of material, which he then sits down, turns round and looks at you, and you see that he has what could at one point have been quite a, very square but like ugly attractive, if you get what I mean. Like Jason Statham.
Okay.
You know? Like Jason Statham could absolutely play this guy, it'd be perfect. But he's got horrible scars all over his face, like in all directions. Just a crisscrossing of lines and scars. Turns around and he goes, "Welcome to Bespoke Tailors. My name is Ghastly Bespoke. How can I help you?"
You look a little ghastly.
So that's supposed to be a pun at my appearance.
Yes.
He's going to turn and look at you, Constantine. What can I do for you?
My apologies. I need a formal wear for the upcoming ball. Professor Andreas recommended us.
Smiles very slightly. Andres is one of my best friends. I will take care of you. Takes out a measuring tape and holds it out. Do you have your measurements?
No, I usually just go with whatever I can find that's
Okay. if you wouldn't mind just stepping on the stool and just do what the tape tells you. And then he just like lets go of the measuring tape, and the tape moves of its own accord, wraps around your wrist and pulls your arm out, and then measures itself along. Does this at every bit. You're just getting manhandled by a measuring tape. And he's going to say, do you have an idea for material, texture? Are you going 2-piece, 3-piece, double-breasted, triple-breasted, or are you a single-breast person? Which one?
What?
I put a hand on his shoulder. Do you want me to?
I don't know what any of that means.
Okay. So we're going to be doing a 3-piece. He wants vest, pants, and overcoat. We can handle the button up itself. Let's do velvety materials, something very slick, soft touch. Main color black. We'll do red accents on the inside, and gold detailing. And I'm very sorry for offending you.
As you're saying that, he like literally without losing eye contact with you, he's nodding and he's just grabbing spills of fabric. And like he grabs 3 different shades of red, walks over to you, Constantine holds them out. One is like a deep crimson blood red, one is bright red, and one is like a kind of verging on burgundy. He walks over and goes, which of these?
Blood red.
Okay. Takes the blood. He literally just chucks the other 2 spools away and they go right back to where they were. And he takes it and he starts to cut. As you have said kind of what you're looking for, he just goes, that's all, you can leave.
I did have one request for the gold accents, if it's not too much trouble.
Of course.
Could you give something akin to scroll work? Something, runes, sigils, anything of the basic fundamentals of magic.
Do you have a basic preference for school, or is this any school?
If you could work in as many as you can find, at least the common 10 would be lovely.
And what of the uncommon 4?
Subtle. Something that most wouldn't pick up. But if you can incorporate them, it'd be greatly appreciated.
Nods his head, turns round, and again repeats, you can go.
Excellent.
And
Constantine, I simply have one more place to go to. You're welcome to come with me, but you don't have to. At this point, your errands are done.
Where?
I am going to get a suit at a different place. Personally, I will be going to get fitted over at Madame Arachnis Silk and Threads.
I'll
You're
try
welcome
to.
to come. You're welcome to leave. You want to come?
Absolutely.
Excellent.
Okay, so you guys are making your way over to Madame Arachne's Silken Threads.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, right at that point you will see Aurora and Rista leaving. Now, a couple of things are going to happen here. As Aurora and Rista leave, and they wave, Aurora waves over to you guys. From behind you, Rista, somebody's going to tap on your shoulder. And as you turn around, Malekith is there. And he's like, he kind of stands out, and he's doing that thing where he awkwardly shuffles with a deck of cards in one hand. And he's dressed very differently from how he dresses at school. He's wearing like kind of like, you know, blacks along with the charcoal grey he usually wears. But he also has like a younger tiefling with him. He says, Rista, I thought I saw you from across. Are you here for... You're shopping for the U-Ball, yes?
Yes, we are. We just got our arrangements.
And he's
Madame
gonna
Arachne.
Sorry, go ahead.
Madame Arachne was a great help.
I've heard good things. I never been inside. It's a little bit beyond my caliber taste.
Where were you looking for your...
He's going to point over to bespoke tailors and go, gonna be stepping my way on in there.
And who's your friend?
Oh, this is mon petit frère, my little sister.
I extend my hand. It's very nice to meet you. I'm Rista
She'll-
St. Cloud.
She'll shake your hand and then turn to him and whisper something. Do you speak Infernal?
No, I don't.
No. She speaks Infernal and he kind of chuckles and like waves it off. Points over to like a sweet shop or something, and then speaking Infernal to her sends her off. And it's like,
She
I
seems
only
sweet.
get. We only get to visit each other on weekends. Listen up. Do you have anybody to go to the New Moon Ball with?
I turn and make eye contact with Aurora real quick, and I look back at her.
Aurora does that thing as if like she's looking over her shoulder, locks eyes with you, like raises her eyebrows, like, and then turns right back as if like, nope, didn't see what I was looking for, and then starts making her way over to Constantine and Eldwin.
I turn back to Malekith. At the moment, I don't.
Okay. Well, neither do I. I've been approached by a few people, and I'm not one for it. So, I guess what I'm asking is, would you do me a great favor and go alongside me to this New Moon Ball?
So it would be a favor.
Okay. Perhaps favor is too simple a word. I enjoy your company. I enjoy talking to you. It's not always a fun conversation, but it's always interesting.
Now tell me what you really think.
I just did. I think you're one of the few people who can handle when I tell you exactly what I think. So, how about we go together and try and have a conversation that is both fun and interesting?
It would be my pleasure.
Okay. Then, I guess I will see you around.
I'll talk to you later.
And this whole conversation he's been just playing around with this deck of cards. And as he turns to walk away, he'll do that thing where they flex part of the card and shoot a card out. And he shoots up so that it comes like right in front of you. So like reflex you would like, reach out to catch it. And he just walks away towards to get his little sister.
Which card is it?
Oh, what does the card say?
The card is an Ace of Spades.
Am I supposed to know what that means?
You can try.
Can I make an insight check?
Yeah, do you know what? Yeah, you can make the insight check. Okay, you never know. People can get impossible checks. How much does Rista know about standard card affair? Their standard card affair? Awesome, cool. So it's going to be a high DC, but you never know. You could get it, so go for it. Insight check.
Let's see if this is the first time in this whole campaign I get a nat. That's a 2.
Let's see if I get a nat 20. Pff, nah. There's definitely
And if you
a
know
2
anything
on the
about
dice.
D20s, a 2 is right next to a 20.
Yeah, so on it, no, you have absolutely no clue what this means.
Did
This
he
could
need
be
to
a-
do that? I think
this
he lost
could-
the card.
This could be a threat on your life, and it could also be a proclamation of marriage. That is how wide the spectrum
Holy
is for
shit.
exactly what this fucking thing is. You
I'm like
have
doing
no
Arcana.
idea.
I'm like doing Arcana checks on it to see if it's magical.
There's like runes inscribed along the sides of it. Not going to make you do an Arcana check. You're a magic student. It's probably forefront of your mind. The runes are most definitely speaking of like enchantment magic.
I tuck that safely into my bag,
Okay.
and I walk back to, far away. What's the read on those three's interaction.
Well, I was just about to jump over to them as
Yeah.
Eldwin and Constantine. You guys see, as they're walking over, that Malekith pulls Rista aside, and Aurora walks over. And as she gets right to you guys, she's waving.
hold on.
Then she gets her. She goes, "Are they talking? Are they talking?"
Wait, hold on.
Yeah, okay,
Before-
hold on.
Yeah,
Before
she walks
Aurora
over.
even walks over, Eldwin whirls around on Constantine, like fixes all of his jewelry and his like clothes to be right, and then uses prestidigitation to like blow dry his hair back, and just like he's like okay, and then he moves, and then it's like, God, are they talking over there? What's going on?
So not chill at all.
So don't look at them. Don't look at them. Don't look.
No, okay.
So Rista has like definitely been crushing on Malekith from afar. Okay.
Oh.
And well, I spoke to Malekith like a week ago, and he's kind of been the same, but he's very blunt, and not many people can handle blunt. But I figured Rista can handle blunt, and told him to just
of
be blunt, and
course.
apparently he's being blunt. She's going to look. That's when she does the look over. Da-da-da-da. Okay, so I think it's going well because he's doing that thing where he play. I don't get why people play with cards, but he's playing with cards. I like your
He
jewelry.
does that when
Did you
he's
get your ear
nervous,
pierced?
too. Didn't he? Doesn't he look amazing? Speaking of which, I have to step into that shop over there. Elvin's gonna step.
Constantine's going to like. He's just gonna like at this whole conversation. He's not like avoiding eye contact, but he's definitely just kind of standing there nodding, and you just see him like. Aurora, would you like to go to the? Frick, what's the ball called? Shit, I forgot.
New
The
moon ball.
new moon ball.
Aurora, would you like to attend the new moon ball with me?
Constantine, this is so sudden and out of the blue.
Yes, I've heard that some people like to do elaborate shenanigans in order to express their desires. I figured it would be easier just to be straightforward.
It's so tacky to be so big and out there.
Wouldn't have expected that statement from you, but I agree.
Because I am the daughter of a count, that I must like all of the marching bands and the banners and the firework writing in the sky.
You have a certain flair about you. I would have expected you to have a passion for the dramatics.
I would be honored to attend with you.
Wonderful.
What colors are you wearing so that I can have my tailor dress to match?
Black, red, and gold.
Crimson red, mind you.
Already within my wheelhouse.
Oh my god, they match already.
Thank you for your upfront vocalization of what it is that you want. I am looking forward to this. You understand that you will have to meet my father as he's a visiting alumni.
I will look forward to it.
Not many would say that about meeting Count Strad von Zarevich.
Well, I've done my best to avoid high society for most of my life. I figure, why mess around in the kiddie pool rather than just diving in?
You sound like a very ambitious go-getter. I think my father will like you.
That's
Now I
not a
don't
good
know if
thing.
that's a compliment or not.
And then she will turn and make her way back over to Rista, who at this point I'm sure is done with their conversation and being asked out and is standing confusingly holding a card.
I'm just doing my checks on it, like what does this mean?
She will
Oh, sorry, go ahead.
go ahead. No, Constantine, what is it? What's that for you?
No, I'm just like, after she walks away, I want to talk to Eldwin, but like, whenever the time comes.
Okay, so Rista makes her way back over, joins up with Aurora, and
Okay. Yeah, I'm guessing we
Aurora-
just head out. Or
Aurora's just going to turn and say to you, he asked.
he did on his own?
Yes, very blunt, without any kind of small talk or preamble beforehand. He's so unrefined, it's a breath of fresh air.
It's refreshing. Oh, I'm so happy for you.
And how did it go with Malekith?
He asked me.
And
And
did you say yes?
I did say yes, but then he gave me a card and I don't know what it means.
We will have to figure this out.
I'm gonna have to go into deep dive into cartography or cartomancy, whatever it's called.
Perhaps it's magical.
It's gotta be. There
It
has to be a
has to
hidden
be.
message in it somewhere.
It has to be.
Somewhere.
Somewhere. Somewhere there has to be a hidden message. We will figure it out once we get back to school.
And we head back.
Eldwin, you went into Madame Arachne's.
I did.
You step inside and are approached by the Art Deco Warhol twin drow. And they approach, welcome to Madame Arachne's Silken Threads. What can we do for you today?
Hello, I'm looking for a bit of an unconventional piece to wear for the New Moon Ball.
What do you mean by unconventional?
Well, men, tend to prefer suits and three-piece or whatever. I do not want to be caught dead at this event looking like manly, like masculine. We all know, and I'm sure he doesn't understand as a drow, that women are superior. And personally, I would rather present as somewhere between worlds. Do you know what I mean?
We believe that we do. You're looking for a custom piece.
Indeed.
Okay. Pulls out the stone. Madame Arachne, we have another here to see you about a custom piece. I'll let them know. Madame Arachne will be right down with you.
Excellent, thank you.
Within maybe 30 seconds or so, you see a drider descending from a thin line of silk down from the ceiling. And she goes, hello there. Welcome to Madame Arachne's Silken Threads. What can I do for you today?
You are magnificent. Oh my god.
Darn it. If we're here to state facts, then we will be here for many, many moons.
I simply apologize. I've never seen a drider before. I've only read of you, but you are... Oh, majestic. Okay, I'm so sorry. I am looking for a custom piece for the New Moon Ball. See, I'm someone who, although born man, I don't always feel attached to masculinity. I'm someone who feels like I can slip between worlds very easily, and as someone who's more in touch with my feminine side, I would quite like something that embodies both worlds.
You wish for something that is unconventional and crosses the lines of gender and what is accepted as norm.
Yes,
This is something we can do very well.
I assume as such.
She then starts to go through, much like she did with Rista and Aurora, goes over the idea you have and what's possible and alterations here, there, and such and so forth, before settling on the final design, which she hands off to Andy Warhol 2.0, and she goes, is that everything that you need?
That is everything. You have been exquisite.
Fantastic. It has been a pleasure to speak to you, and I truly hope that you have a lovely event.
I hope that you get to see me wear it.
Perhaps. It is looking like I will have multiple reasons to attend.
Magnificent. Then it will be an excellent occasion if you were there.
Then I will make an effort to be there.
Amazing. 12 gold, 2 gold for the tip, and on my way.
Okay. And as you step outside, you can see Constantine, who is approaching towards this place. Is there anything else that you guys would like to do while you're here? Anything brief?
No.
Yes, Constantine.
Constantine just wants to talk to Eldwin real quick.
Okay.
He's just kind of standing like outside, like holding his pocket watch, looking down.
How did it go?
Why are my hands shaking?
Adrenaline.
Yes, it does feel similar to our battle match class, but why? I'm not in any threat.
Yes, you are.
You think
Oh.
so? Is that why my
Time.
hands are shaking?
Time to explain romance and fight or flight reactions. This is fun.
just in the background. Must be love, love, love. Da dum dum.
Yeah. No, they will have that conversation, but I think shopping wise, that's it.
Okay.
Before they go on to have that full conversation, Constantine will just look over. Thank you for all of your help. I can confidently say that I would not have been able to do this without you, and that I seem to have fundamentally misjudged your character, and I apologize for that.
Oh, no, I absolutely am getting something out of this. I did not do this solely for you. But I did do it partially for you, and that's what counts.
At that point, somebody is going to be like bump into both of you, and like knock whatever's in your hands out. It's like, oh, sorry about that. I get that. I pick them up and like pushes things back into your hand. Accidentally knocks like like something down over your face constantly. Oh God, I'm such a klutz, I am. Pushes it back up, and then it's like, there you are. Look, smashing you are. It's very good. That and turns around, goes to walk past you. Eldwin sees you, winks at you, puts something in your pocket, and walks away.
Eldwin turns, blows him a kiss, and that's it.
Fucking tremendous.
He doesn't check it, not in front of Constantine. He doesn't get that pleasure.
Can I make like an insight check to see if was that like it feels like a very not normal reaction, but I don't know. Constantine's shaking right now. He might not pick up on it.
Yeah, you
Am
can
I the
roll
one
the-
making
you
the
can-
deception? Oh, good luck.
I was more inciting the situation rather than like your reaction to the situation.
Okay.
Just to be clear as well, the wink is the dropping of the curse.
Mm-hmm.
All right, I don't know what I'm rolling against, but I'll just roll a
Wait, that was him?
insight.
That was a head elf?
Mm-hmm.
Oh, I completely missed that.
I did not.
Act-
He
he acts
slipped
so-
in and out
You're
so
so out of
fast.
character.
I know nothing. I rolled a nat 1 and I have a +2. So
Just perfectly normal. Perfectly normal when a stranger barges into you and they pick your stuff up for you and give it back. It's perfectly normal to blow them a kiss as they walk away.
wow, that guy acted like I feel on the inside.
Yeah, no kidding. Anyway.
With that, as you're all heading back from your shopping. Oh, well, actually, I guess quickly first before we do it. Eldwin, do you want to check what was put in your pocket
Bam.
right now?
Once
Please, for the
Constantine's like stepped away a little bit, he is going to just like unfold it, read it.
He's going to say, glad you did something nice for your friend. Also, I found you. Also, I win. I'll pick you up before the ball.
Eldwin just holds it in his hands for a second, and then it engulfs in flame. But he's smiling, and he's happy, and he walks away.
Okay. And with that, that is where we are going to wrap today's session. Thank you very much for
in one session. Right job, everybody.
Thank you very much for everybody that came to see us today. And thank you very much for my cast for absolutely leaning into the fucking teenage-driven chaos. Thank you for leading right into proving exactly why people in the UK should not be allowed to watch American high school movies. Because we do think it happens like that. If you enjoyed what you've seen out today, folks, do come back and see us for any of our other shows. We are streaming on Mondays, Wednesdays, Thursdays, Fridays, Saturdays, and Sundays. Yeah, do go check out our social medias as well. Pretty much everywhere at World Tree Quest. We'll be there. We might not be entirely active on everything because, you know, most social medias are hot garbage fires right now, but we are still remaining active on our Blue Sky and on our Threads page right now. Other ones may pop up and become a bit more active. We're also becoming a bit more active on our YouTube for YouTube Shorts, and you should go and subscribe there. Anyway, other than that, don't have anything to say, so I'm going to pass over to my players and let them plug themselves and the great things that they're doing. So, Charlie, anything that you would like to plug at all?
All right, listen up, guys. And like, for real, listen. This next Friday, we are killing Vlaakith. No ifs, ands, ors, buts. I do not care how many of us die and come back to life. Vlaakith is dying. Before midnight on Friday. Be there, or you kind of suck.
Yeah. Be there. Be square. Just be there.
Absolutely going to want
Love
to
you
see it.
guys.
They've currently just entered into stage 2 of the combat. And it's about
For
to
an
get
extra
fucking-
thrill, my character's down, and you can redeem character points to give health out. Thank you.
Yeah. You can also redeem points to give nat 20s
Save
to
me.
people. That includes
The
enemies.
villains.
Yeah. Yeah, come and see us. Tides of Chaos. Not midnight. It'll be 6 p.m. 6 p.m. CST. Is when we start for us in the UK. At the moment, that's 11 p.m. GMT, not the usual midnight. But yeah, that is it for that. Thank you very much, Charlie, for reminding us of that. Going on to it, Dan, anything you would like to plug at all?
No, the intensity from Charlie was golden. I can't add to that, but what he said squared.
Fantastic, thank you very much, Dan. And last and most certainly not least, Gina, anything you would like to plug at all?
Not at the moment, but if you want to come back, well, actually, I won't be here next week. Come back in 2 weeks, and I will be here at this time.
And we would love to see you here at that time. Next session we'll be doing Achillea, and there
Yes, her
for the
out.
person who's going to ask her out, and it's going to be fun. I promise you that. And there's going to be another little twist thrown into the mix. Who knows what it'll be like. Anyway, that's it from all my players. That's it from me. Therefore, that's it from us. Thanks for coming to see us today, folks. I've been your DM of Doom, Son of Asgard, or World Tree Quest here on Twitch and YouTube. With me today, we've had Charlie 182.0, we've had Gina Donahue, and we've had Just Dan. From all of us here at World Tree Quest, good night, stay safe, fucking teenagers and asking people out, right? Also, don't pull a finny. Good night, folks. Good night.